sure it is a physical deal today.
In these halls, the script never changes.
Every play, I don't know who you is. Play for each other, boys.
A destructive defense.
We're returning every play.
A massive line.
Starts in the trenches.
A powerful back. And an unwavering will to physically punish their opponent until they wear them out. This year, Wisconsin has worked a script to perfection.
Will remain an undefeated team.
In Columbus this time of year, the current always pulls towards one thing, a championship.
We worked all freaking summer or winter for times like this.
With dominant wins over Big Ten powers, the Buckeyes look to add another title to their list. Two teams whose shot at a national playoff berth is on the line.
What an eruption in this stadium.
Play for a trophy that will stand forever. Ohio State, Wisconsin, the Big Ten Championship.
Welcome to the 2017 Big Ten Championship presented by Discover. Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. And welcome to the house that Peyton built. We are set for an epic Big Ten matchup and possibly a national quarterfinal as the 8th-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes take on the 4th-ranked undefeated Badgers from Wisconsin. And a look at the college football playoff rankings. OU is your Big 12 champion. Georgia beat Auburn today, and Clemson and Miami will tangle later. But right now, it's Wisconsin and Ohio State. Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson, along with my partner, Joel Klatt, and welcome to Indianapolis. Big-time game here, partner.
Yeah.
And the big question for the Buckeyes, their quarterback, is J.T. Barrett ready to go?
I'll tell you what, I saw him in warm-ups, spoke with Urban Meyer, he said he's going to go. He had that look in his eye, and this is going to be epic stuff, folks, because he had a procedure on that right knee 6 days ago after he went down against Michigan in the 3rd quarter, down 6 in that ball game, and limped off the field. Now, his effectiveness remains a question, and we'll see how he plays tonight in that cutting style of run game that they like to use so much. If he's not able to be effective, look for the redshirt freshman, Dwayne Haskins, to see the field. He's the quarterback that led the Buckeyes back in that game a week ago and put up 17 unanswered points. That guy's got a good arm, man. I look for outside passing game if you see Haskins on the field.
All right, partner, we're usually talking about quarterbacks and running backs and wide receivers, but in this game, the Wisconsin offensive line against the Ohio State defensive line is must-see TV.
You gotta love it, right?
Yes.
Talking about the line of scrimmage in the open, and it's true because that offensive line for Wisconsin, defensive line for Ohio State, we're seeing 8, 9 maybe NFL players in the next couple of years come out of those two groups. It's so important for Wisconsin. They've got to be able to run the football, and it starts up front to open up those clean holes for their back. The freshman, Jonathan Taylor, the 3rd leading rusher in college football. He leads the Big Ten with those 150 yards per game. He has got great vision and terrific balance, but it starts up front with that big Badger offensive line.
All right, time now for the best seat in the house, sponsored by eBay. Fill your cart with color. Let's go downstairs to the All-American girl, Jenny Taft.
Gus, thank you very much. Well, you guys addressed it. J.T. Barrett did have a procedure done on Sunday. Urban Meyer addressed the quick recovery time. He said, yeah, 6 days, that is not normal, but J.T. Barrett is not normal. He's one of the toughest guys I know. He has been doing 15 hours of treatment to get as ready as possible for tonight's game. And let me tell you, J.T. Barrett was business as usual during warm-ups. And something to keep in mind for the 5th-year senior for J.T. Barrett, he has never played in a Big Ten championship game. Earlier this year, he told me how important playing tonight was for him. This has been a goal for J.T. Barrett. Expect him to do whatever it takes to be a factor tonight.
All right, Jenny, and it's simple for the Badgers. Ranked 4th, win today, and they're in the playoffs. It's been a special season for the Wisconsin Badgers. 12-0 for the first time in the program's storied history. Their march to Indy has been nothing short of dominant.
The Wisconsin tradition runs deep. Badgers, past and present, stand united.
Hard work, toughness, success.
They have punched their ticket again to the Big Ten championship game.
They question our schedule, wonder if we belong, say we're untested.
12-0, perfect, undefeated.
The streak is alive in Madison.
This team can play with anybody in the country.
No more questions, just one answer, one champion.
Jonathan Taylor, can he take it the distance? He can!
Hornibrook throws a dart down the middle. Touchdown, Wisconsin!
This defense lights up.
It's the Big Ten championship game, and the Badgers are hungry for history. We want a spot in that college football playoff.
On Wisconsin.
On Wisconsin.
On Wisconsin.
And here they come. The Badgers are coming off their first undefeated regular season since 1912. Back then, they only played 7 games. Wisconsin has the #1 ranked defense in the country, allowing only 236 yards per game. Tonight, we'll see just how good they are. There hasn't been a dull moment this season for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Through good and bad, they persevered and earned the right to play for an unprecedented 36th Big Ten title.
I'm a warrior. OH. IO.
Touchdown, Buckeyes!
The Buckeyes are back in Indy. We have the pedigree.
Now it's time to make more history.
Throwback Buckeye football, pounding away.
All season, we have had a precision offense
Turns on the afterburner.
that's operated with blazing speed and overwhelming power. We gotta play like the last time.
And a vicious defense that decimates opponents by taking their will.
What a performance.
Big Ten East champions.
Domination for the Buckeyes.
The college football playoffs are in sight.
Can you feel it?
Tonight, we will show the world what Buckeye football is all about.
And Ohio State's in business.
We are the Ohio State University.
Please welcome the Ohio State Buckeyes. They come to Indy with a 10-2 record. Their 2 losses coming against the 3rd-ranked Oklahoma Sooners and Iowa. A couple of big wins over Penn State, Michigan State, and last week against Michigan. The Buckeyes are the only team in the FBS that is ranked in the top 10 in total offense and total defense. Coming up after the break, a special performance of our national anthem by the marching bands from Ohio State and Wisconsin. Welcome back to the 2017 Big Ten Championship game presented by Discover. Right now, let's go to public address announcer Mike Jansen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we honor America and our armed forces around the world with the playing of our national anthem. The Wisconsin Marching Band and the Ohio State Marching Band proudly combine in a spirit of sportsmanship and musical friendship. And now, please welcome the director of the Wisconsin Marching Band, Michael LaCrone, as he leads 600 Big Ten musicians in the playing of our national anthem.
All right, we're close to kickoff at Lucas Oil Stadium. The coin toss is next after these messages. Welcome back to Naptown, Indianapolis, Indiana. Now let's go down to the field for the coin toss.
Welcome, gentlemen. Congratulations to both teams on earning your spots to the Big Ten Championship football game. Tonight we'll be using a commemorative coin. The side with the Big Ten logo is tails. The side with the two helmets is heads. Ohio State, you've been designated as a visiting team. What is your call?
Tails.
Tails. Tails is the call. It is tails. You've won the toss. Defer. Ohio State wins the toss, elects to defer their choice in the second half. You want the ball. Which way do you want to kick? Okay, put your backs to this end, please. Wisconsin around to this side, please. Wisconsin will receive at this end to start the ball game. Good luck, men.
So here we go, folks, in what feels like a national quarterfinal. Ohio State against undefeated Wisconsin. All the pregame pageantry is wrapping up. When we come back, it's go time. Beautiful night here in Indianapolis. Lucas Oil Stadium, the place to be. 8th-ranked Ohio State against 4th-ranked Wisconsin. And a look at the Big Ten Championship history. Wisconsin making their 5th appearance. They're 2-2. Buckeyes 3rd appearance, 1-1. This is the first rematch in title game history. OSU won the toss, deferred. Wisconsin to receive. Gus Johnson, Joel Klatt with you as Urban Meyer huddles up his kickoff team, which has had some problems this season.
They've kicked the ball out of bounds 7 times. They allowed 2 kick returns for touchdowns. Those 7 kicks out of bounds lead the country. If there's one thing that keeps Urban up at night, at times it's this kickoff unit.
Blake Hobble will send it away for the Buckeyes. Derek Tyndall, the deep man for Wisconsin. Buckeyes, Badgers, and here we go from Indy in the Big Ten Championship game. Tyndall inside his own 10 with a lane, and finally tripped up as he crosses the 25-yard line at the 26. Justin Hillard with a tackle on special teams. So when Wisconsin has a football partner, what's the story?
Well, we talked about the offensive line in that running game, but when you hurt Ohio State in the passing game, generally it's the tight end and the fullbacks. Well, Wisconsin's got the Big Ten tight end of the year, Troy Fumagalli. Look for him to be a big part of the game plan. Then for Ohio State on defense, they've got the Big Ten defensive lineman of the year, Nick Bosa. Now, he doesn't play on every snap, but when he's on the field, he's the best player on the field. Look for him to be dominant in the pass rush.
First down and 10 at the 27-yard line for the Badgers. Jonathan Taylor, he'll run it. Gets to the line of scrimmage and is wrestled down and knocked backwards.
Well, this is going to be a hard-nosed football game, folks. That interior of that defensive line and those linebackers, as Alex Hornibrook's got 18 straight wins as a starting quarterback coming into this game, longest active streak in college football. But it's about the run games. This line has got to dominate the line of scrimmage if Hornibrook is going to extend that streak to 19.
Second down and 9 at the 28. Taylor, the single setback, delayed handoff. He's got a little room. He'll get over the 30, up to the 31. Jerome Baker, the junior from Cleveland, with the tackle. Bosa in the game now.
These are those situations. Again, he's been nursing a knee injury a little bit all year long, and so they only throw that fastball when they need it. Well, this is the time for the fastball. An obvious passing situation, and 97 is on the field.
Third down and 6 at the 31. Ibrahim in the backfield with Hornibrook out of the shotgun. Here come the Buckeyes on the blitz. They pick it up, throw it down the field, And incomplete. That one thrown a little bit long, intended for A.J. Taylor. Wisconsin 3 and out.
Coverage by Damon Arnett. Step for step with A.J. Taylor down the field, and a great series for Ohio State with a 3 and out to start things out.
So Anthony Lottie will punt it away for the Badgers. Standing at the 17-yard line, K.J. Hill, number 14, back for Ohio State at the 30. And he booms this one. Hill backpedaling. He'll start inside his own 20, muffed it, picked it up. Stayed on his feet, breaks a tackle. Still moving, and he'll go down at the 32. A 51-yard punt and a 12-yard return. So what's the story when the Buckeyes have the football?
You know, it's really about their run game as well, and in particular because the health of their quarterback is in question. Billy Price, the Big Ten Offensive Lineman of the Year, is leading a group up front that has been dominant over the last 3 games, and they're going against a defense that is the best defense in the country. They try to funnel everything inside to their middle linebacker, T.J. Edwards. He's highly productive and always near the ball.
Joe Thomas Barrett from Wichita Falls, Texas. He's the Big Ten quarterback of the year for the 3rd time, nursing a tender knee. First down at his own 32. And some movement up front early.
False start. Offense, number 59. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Isaiah Prince, that right tackle. 6'7", 310 pounds. A little bit antsy. Remember now, these teams don't normally play in a dome. This is noisier than they are used to. And in particular, these neutral site games can be kind of shocking for an offense.
Capacity 62,421, expandable to 70,000. And here's J.K. Dobbins, the talented freshman, tackled by T.J. Edwards. But J.T. Barrett had that knee surgery this week. Partner, how is he going to feel having surgery this week and having to face this Wisconsin defense?
I have no idea. I've had meniscus issues in my knee in the past. I have no idea how he got to knee scope and back in the game.
And Dobbins again running over the right side. He'll leap forward, gain a yard. Ryan Connolly, first man to him. Alec James there as well.
Well, and we're going to find out just how nimble he is, because you're likely to see a little bit of pressure trying to get home and get Barrett to move around.
3rd down and 10. Here's Barrett bouncing. Barrett all day to throw. Barrett in trouble. Reverses his field. Wants to run it, and it'll be taken down 1 yard in front of the line of scrimmage by Leon Jacobs. Ohio State will have to punt it away.
This was all about the coverage in the back end, and this is a defensive secondary that is so good. In fact, when you look at what they are against the pass, they're number 2 in the country against the pass, and they were all over the Buckeyes.
Nick Nelson, who returned to punt 50 yards against Michigan for a touchdown, is at his own 25 as Drew Chrisman sends it away. Nelson. And has it at the 15. A 50-yard punt. Coming up, Jonathan Taylor, the freshman running back from New Jersey, on the field after this. Here is our craveable moment, sponsored by Dr. Pepper. 3 years ago, here at the Big Ten Championship game, the Buckeyes laid the wood to the Badgers. Ezekiel Elliott ran for 220 and 2 touchdowns, and Cardale Jones threw 3 touchdown passes as Ohio State demolished Wisconsin 59-0. Urban Myers won 3 national championships. He went on to win it that year with Ezekiel Elliott and Cardale Jones. And there was a penalty right before we went to commercial.
A late penalty. It was a holding on Ohio State. They tacked it on to the end of that fair catch. And so Wisconsin will start it on the plus side of their 25.
First down and 10 of the 27. Hornibrook rolling out of the pocket. Throws on the move. He has Taylor out of the backfield. First down, Badgers. He's brought down by Kendall Sheffield after a 16-yard gain.
Look for the backs and the tight ends to be a huge part of the game plan tonight. No team in the country gives up a higher percentage of their opponent's receptions to tight ends or backs other than Ohio State. It's because of the man coverage that they use and the fact that the linebackers, when you put them in a run-pass conflict, so the play-action pass, they can lose their man.
Ramish Taylor line up in the eye, and a whistle.
Everybody but the center had the snap count. Tyler Biotish just didn't snap it.
False start. Offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Yeah, they have to call it on somebody else, but watch how the center Biotish, 61, he just stands flat. Everybody else takes off. That's got to be a sick feeling for the center as he tried to snap that one late, but they'll lose 5 yards. And this is not the team that you want to start losing yardage against. They've got to get half of this back, try to get themselves into a more manageable situation here. Ibrahim comes in now at tailback. Number 9, Hornibrook looking. Hornibrook checks down. Ibrahim makes the catch on the move. And Rashid Ibrahim knocked out by Damon Webb, but he'll gain 10 yards on the play. And there's another one of those receptions from a running back coming out of the backfield. Ohio State was actually playing zone coverage in the back end on that last play, but Hornibrook did a great job of working through his progression. Went to his first guy, wasn't there. Second guy wasn't there. Got all the way out to his third man. And Ibrahim takes it and creates a second and short here. Second down and 5 at the 48. Taylor, second man through. Lowers his shoulder and he'll cross midfield. Jonathan Taylor from Salem, New Jersey. Jordan Fuller there to bring him down. Young man has 9 100-yard games. Just a sensational freshman season. Has a chance to pass Adrian Peterson for the best freshman rushing season in NCAA history. He's going to need 119 yards tonight to do it. Third down and 2 at the 49. Chris James in the backfield. Hornibrook under pressure with the receiver, and he's got his man inside the Ohio State 30. Austin Ramish ran a great route, and he gained 20. Here we go again with the running back out of the backfield. He's going to head to the right side and then wheel up on the outside. And again, the linebacker, that's Tough Borland out of the middle linebacker spot, late covering him in man-to-man coverage. That linebacker has both a gap to defend against the run, and then he gets that play action fake, and he can't cover his man who's coming out of the backfield. Wisconsin. And they'll give it to James this time. And James picks up a couple, taken down by Jalen Holmes. Chris James, you talk about the team player. He thought he was going to be the starting running back, or at least compete for that position. And Jonathan Taylor kind of came out of nowhere as a true freshman and won that job. And Chris James has done a great job of coming in there and being able to supplement some carries, as well as be great in pass protection when they need him on obvious passing situations. And Wisconsin already rotating their running backs. Taylor, James, and Ibrahim have all gotten touches here in the first quarter. On 2nd and 8, Hornibrook underneath, and he throws a dart. Nicely done. Danny Davis, the freshman from Springfield, Ohio, with the catch. Danny Davis, just a true freshman, and he's going to run a slant on the outside. He does a great job at the top of the route of giving that little bit of a right-hand fake with his head and with that right leg, and then he comes back to the inside, and that move created ever so slight of separation between he and Kendall Sheffield, and they're able to get a completion out of it. Davis wanted to go to Ohio State, didn't receive an offer, so he decided to head to Madison, 1st and 10. Hornibrook with a good rhythm to start this game, and he'll call a timeout. 7:51 to play in the first quarter. No score, but Wisconsin threatening. To you by our good neighbors at State Farm. State Farm is here to help a life go right. Alex Hornibrook off to a great start. He's 4 for 5, 55 yards, 4 for 4 on this drive, and he's coming off a very solid game last week against Minnesota in their win in Indianapolis. He was 15 of 19 for 151 yards, 3 touchdowns.
but he didn't throw an interception for the first time in Big Ten play this season.
Yeah, quite simply, the last 6 quarters have been his best 6 quarters of the season.
Hornibrook delivers to the sideline, intercepted. Hurt my feelings. Denzel Ward plucks it out of the air. So Hornibrook throws a pick in the first quarter. Ohio State turns Wisconsin away. Buckeyes with the football after this. Denzel Ward, one of the best DBs in the nation, folks. First team All Big Ten with his 2nd interception of the year.
I mean, just an incredible play. And this is a guy that was in the 3-man rotation last year with a couple of guys that were drafted very high, Lattimore and Conley. And he's played great this season after being a little suspect against Indiana to start the year. Greg Schiano, the defensive coordinator, told me this guy is absolutely an NFL talent, probably a top-round pick if he wants to come out.
So a first down at the 4-yard line for the Buckeyes. J.T. Barrett decides to run it on first down, has a lane. He'll lean forward. Ryan Connolly wrestles him down after the 3-yard pickup.
Well, Barrett looks healthy. He doesn't quite have the burst that we've seen in the past, but he's not necessarily going to beat you with the shiftiness. What he does do is he runs very physical. He's the type of runner that runs more like a running back as a quarterback than he does a fast quarterback on the outside.
2nd down and 7 at the 7-yard line. Barrett to throw with time. Now decides to move over the middle, incomplete. Benjamin Victor, closest man to the football, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
I tell you what, this defense is so good, and their coordinator, Jim Leonard, just a 2nd-year coach, 1st year as their coordinator, and he is an attacking style play caller. Loves to bring pressure, mix up his coverages in the back end, and as a quarterback, it's so difficult to get a beat on what their tendencies are and what they're trying to do against you.
Jim Leonard played for numerous teams in the NFL, one being the Baltimore Ravens, where he teamed with Ray Lewis and Ed Reed. 3rd and 7 at the 7. Barrett sliding. Now looks the other way, directing traffic, runs it. Barrett turns on the afterburners and picks up a first down. J.T. Barrett was pretty good against Wisconsin last year. He ran for 92 yards and 2 touchdowns and passed for 226 yards and a touchdown in their overtime win.
And he has looked a touch tentative, but that run, you get the sense that he's got a little confidence and a little juice going right now. Expect him to get a little rhythm.
First down to the 16 on Barrett going. Oh, it's caught. McLauren. Burst of speed. See you later. Touchdown Buckeyes, 84 yards.
Well, the safety is going to get caught on the outside, and what happens is McLauren goes to his inside shoulder. They're right there, 83, and then just goes right across the middle of the field. That is an excellent throw from J.T. Barrett. Understands where the defense is, and then takes his wide receiver away from the defender, and McLauren does the rest.
Sean Nurnberger comes in to attempt the extra point. And it's good. Terry McLaurin returns home. He's from Indianapolis. He was the 2013 Indiana Mr. Football, and he gives the Buckeyes a 7-0 lead here in the first. The Big Ten Championship presented by Discover Card is sponsored by Wells Fargo, now accepting food donations to make more holiday meals possible. By Duluth Trading, tough, ingenious workwear designed and tested by tradesmen. And by Coors Light, the key to a good offense is a refreshing defense. Climb on. J.T. Barrett, the Breeze quarterback of the year in the Big Ten, and he throws an 84-yard touchdown. Longest Buckeyes play this season. And it's also the longest play given up by Wisconsin.
just saw that rhythm, that run for a first down on the third down conversion. You saw it in his eyes. He got right back up there, almost like, give me the ball. I'm about to make a play, and he absolutely did.
Hobble sends it away. Tyndall, the deep man for the Badgers, starts from the 5-yard line. And he's upended at the 20. Good special teams coverage prior with the tackle for the Buckeyes. And here's the road to the rings, presented by Kay Jewelers.
Well, Wisconsin, you know, I don't think that they have to do anything other than win. But certainly if Ohio State were to be victorious here tonight, it would create an interesting scenario, and the debate would likely come down to Alabama and Ohio State. Now, I argued for Penn State last year. I'm going to be consistent. I think conference championships should be honored. And therefore, partner, in my mind, this is a national quarterfinal game. Alabama's resume is not nearly good enough to go into the college football playoff this year.
First down at the 20-yard line for the Badgers. Jonathan Taylor, they pitch it to him. Taylor gets downfield and lowers his shoulder. Finally tackled at the 25, Nick Bosa.
Well, in the last series, Wisconsin moved the ball fairly easily right down the field, and they did it with the play action pass, getting the running backs out in the passing concepts and the tight end loose. And it was a great play by Denzel Ward that forwarded off that drive with the red zone interception. We'll see if they go back to that play action style here and try to get the fullbacks and tight ends loose in the middle of the field.
2nd and 5 at the 25. Out of the offset eye. And they'll give it to Taylor on the end around. He dives forward and picks up a first. Damon Webb and Sam Hubbard combining on the tackle.
This fly sweep certainly been a staple for Paul Chryst. You have to think back now. He cut his teeth and was very intricate in the Mike Riley offenses at Oregon State and even with the San Diego Chargers. Oregon State a couple of different times. And Paul Chryst understands that that fly sweep, just those little run plays like that to the wide receiver, they can slow down the rush of the defensive ends, which they need to tonight.
6-yard gain. 1st and 10 of the 31. Taylor again takes his time. This young man so impressive as a freshman. Heisman candidate. Turned down an opportunity to go to Harvard. Great student. Loves the sciences.
You know, and I marvel at his ability to change styles. He ran a spread style system in high school, and now he is being asked to run a gap style. And I understand people at home are like, what's a gap style? Basically meaning this: he's got to run with extreme patience, and that's tough to do as a young player, and he's done it well.
2nd down and 7 at the 34. Play fake. Hornibrook drops it down. Ramish with blockers. 1st down. Ramish on the move. Oh, and he just trucks Denzel Ward and gains 24.
Well, check out this. You're going to have the linebacker here, and you're going to have the offensive lineman, the guard, getting out. That's Benshaw. He gets the key block on this screen. Linebacker comes up. That's Baker. He gets him blocked down, and then Ramish is able to get down the field, convert, get the chains moved, and provide a little extra thump at the end with Denzel Ward.
He's O-lineman, all business. Dieter, Dietzen, Biotish, to name a couple. Hornibrook near side, caught at the 35. Kendrick Pryor gets out of bounds after he gains 6 yards.
I like the game plan for Wisconsin right now in terms of throwing the football, because they've only really dropped back, straight back one time. They threw a little slant pass on the outside to Danny Davis. Everything else has been rolling Hornibrook out or throwing the play action, trying to slow down the rush. Very smart play calls from Paul Chryst and this offensive staff.
2nd and 4 at the 35. James straight ahead, and James met in the backfield by guess who? Bosa.
Tell you what, this kid is one heck of a player. Big Ten's Defensive Lineman of the Year. By the way, his brother Joey, not bad himself. He was the Defensive Lineman of the Year in this conference in 13 and 14, which basically means, or excuse me, 14 and 15. 3 of the last 4 years, the Bosas have been the Defensive Lineman of the Year in this conference. That's crazy.
Incredible, and he's only a sophomore. 3rd down and 5 to the 36 for Wisconsin. Ibrahim checks in now at running back. Hornibrook over the middle and incomplete. That ball thrown high for Kendrick Pryor. And right now, Paul Christ will make the decision and send out his punt team.
Well, good rush. Brook kind of faded back onto the back foot, and when you do that, you can't drive the football down over the middle and get it onto the frame of your wide receiver. That's why it sailed high. They've got the punt unit on the field.
Anthony Lottie will punt it from midfield. KJ Hill, the deep man, inside his own 10. Lottie, end over end kick. Hill allows it to go over his head, and it's downed at the 1. Great special teams. Jamerson gobbles it up. Ohio State pinned deep, but coming up, the conductor, JT Barrett, back on the field after this. Buckeyes up 7-zip. They'll start from their own 2-yard line. Last time they had the ball, JT Barrett led them 96 yards for a score, including that 84-yard touchdown strike to Terry McLaurin.
Well, everyone was wondering about this defense. Yeah, they're the #1 defense in the country, and they're very good. And when you watch them on film, they're sound, they tackle well, they fly around. But statistically, they have not faced great offenses all year long, and they knew that this would be their biggest test. And they certainly have been put to the test thus far, giving up that long play in the last series.
First down to the 2. Mike Weber comes in now for the Buckeyes. Barrett runs it. And Barrett crosses the line of scrimmage. Garrett Rand takes him down.
You know, that quarterback run game is such a vital part of this offense for Ohio State, in particular when they get into crunch time situations or even special situations like this when they're backed up near their own goal line.
3-yard gain. Second down and 7. Barrett sprints out of the pocket, squares his shoulders, throws, picked off, touchdown, Van Ginkel. And just like that, the Badgers are back in business.
What a play. Here's Van Ginkel here. Now they're going to try to run an out route, and he's just going to fly underneath it. Barrett thought he was going to get it over his head, but he's right there. He throws it right into his face. Van Ginkel keeps his balance, and he finds the end zone. What an incredible play from Andrew Van Ginkel, the junior from Rock Valley, Iowa.
Gaglianone comes in to attempt the extra point. And it's good. A 9-yard pick 6. Urban Meyer knows he's in a fight. Andrew Van Ginkel. Pay dirt. 7-up here in Indy. Andrew Van Ginkel with his first interception of the year as JT Barrett throws his 8th pick of the season. And the Badgers level this game at 7.
I mean, that was a great play by Van Ginkel, but Barrett just didn't see him. Threw it right at his face.
Mike Weber, the deep man for Ohio State. And he'll take a knee. And now a quick message from Discover.
It's time to celebrate. Only Discover matches all the cash back new card members earn at the end of their first year, automatically.
Well, one of Ohio State's big losses this year was to Iowa in Iowa City. JT Barrett had his worst game of the season. What did the Hawkeyes do to confuse him?
Well, it was a couple of things. He made a couple of really poor decisions, very similar to the one we just saw. His first interception in that game got taken back for a touchdown. It was a pick 6, and he kind of fell apart after that. So this is a big moment for JT Barrett. He's got to answer the bell, shake off that interception, and lead his team.
First down to the 25. Weber cuts inside and gets to the 30 before being stopped.
As a quarterback, those interceptions are hard to get over anyways, but when it's a pick 6, you got two things. One, it's impacting the scoreboard directly, and 2, you're right back on the field. That short memory has got to be like right now.
After the 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 at the 30. Barrett swings it out near side. Ball with the reception and the big tight end still running, crawling. Marcus Ball finally stopped by Natrell Jamerson after a 13-yard gain.
Well, he has certainly burst onto the scene in the second half of the season. Speaking of Marcus Ball, done a real nice job and been a terrific target for JT Barrett ever since that Penn State game.
Had a touchdown last week in Ann Arbor against Michigan. 1st and 10 at the 43. Barrett pulls it out, hit as he throws, incomplete. McLauren, the intended receiver, no flags.
Well, he got tied up with Derek Tyndall on the outside, and Barrett was getting some serious pressure from the linebacker TJ Edwards, who buried him behind the line of scrimmage. And here's Tyndall, who gets a little bit tied up, and it was just the feet that got tangled. That's a quality no flag from these officials.
2nd down and long at the 43. Barrett to the far side. Ball caught. Parris. Campbell, watch out. He's a burner. Campbell down the sideline. Campbell, touchdown, Ohio State. 57 yards. And JT Barrett responds.
And boy, doesn't it help when you're basically thrown to a track athlete on the outside. You got a great block on the outside. That's number 11, Austin Mack. He gets just enough of Nick Nelson to give Campbell a little space, and that's all he needed. And you see the burst and the speed that ends in the end zone.
Campbell, 2nd team all Big Ten as a kick returner by the media. Ohio State with a chance to take a 14-7 lead. Nurnberger. And good. Fireworks early in Indy. This time it's Parris Campbell, and the Buckeyes go back in front, 14-7. Parris Campbell is the Buckeyes' 2nd leading receiver coming into this game with 38 catches for 530 yards. That was his 3rd touchdown of the year. He's got 2 100-yard receiving games this season.
I mean, the speed on the outside, and Jim Leonard, the defensive coordinator for Wisconsin, that's the one thing that you just cannot recreate in practice until you actually see it live on the field. There's no way to tell your kids, show your kids exactly how fast a guy like Parris Campbell is, and he turned on the jets there on that screen pass.
Tyndall ready to return it. Starts from the 4. And Tyndall hit at the 15. He'll climb forward to the 20. Jeffrey Okudah, who's been earning a living on special teams. This freshman has been excellent. Now let's check in with Greg Wolf in Los Angeles for a game break.
Gus, thanks. We go to Charlotte for the ACC championship game. Number 1 Clemson bidding for a 3rd straight berth in the college football playoff. Kelly Bryant gets to the outside, 11-yard touchdown. Clemson leads number 7 Miami 14-0. They scored touchdowns on each of their first 2 possessions. Gus, Joel, back to you.
Well, that Clemson team is certainly playing some of their better football of the season right now, and Miami tailing off a little bit. Remember the loss to Pittsburgh last time we saw them out, and they certainly are reeling a little bit and dealing with a very healthy and good Clemson team.
Here's a toss to Taylor, and Taylor met in the backfield but powers his way forward. Nick Bosa with first contact, and it's cleaned up by Tracy Sprinkle.
This is a very important series for Wisconsin offensively, because they're going to have to keep that defense on the sideline for a while. They have been shredded in this first quarter. They're giving up nearly 14 yards per play. Paul Chryst understands that part of the MO for the Badgers is time of possession, making sure their defense is fresh. Well, that starts right now with staying on the field with your offense.
2nd down and 9 to the 20. Hornibrook looks backside, lofts it in the air, and incomplete. Intended for Jonathan Taylor on the screen.
That's nice pressure here from Chris Worley. And Worley, who last year was an outside linebacker, and because of injuries, he's actually playing back on the outside after being a middle linebacker most of the year. And he's right in the face of Hornibrook, who could never get comfortable to complete that screen pass.
3rd down and 9 to the 20. Hornibrook in the shotgun with Ibrahim. Hornibrook. Another screen coming up and incomplete. Nick Bosa with pressure again. And Wisconsin will have to punt.
Tell you, the hand action from Bosa is just incredible. Watch him come up the field, and then he's just going to break to the inside of the tight end, Troy Fumagalli, and just throws him to the side. And then he's right in the face of the quarterback, blows up the play before it can ever get started. This guy is sensational now. I'll tell you what.
Anthony Lottie will punt it from the 6. Third punt of the game. KJ Hill is the deep man, hovering around the 40. Hill will let it bounce in front of him. Takes a Wisconsin bounce. And will be downed inside the 30. 51-yard punt. That's the last play of the first quarter. With the score, Ohio State 14, Wisconsin 7. Back to Naptown right after this. Welcome back to the 2017 Big Ten Championship, presented by Discover, 14-7. Our score as we head to the second quarter. Gus Johnson, Joel Klatt, partner. Big plays already in this game. Ohio State with 181 yards of total offense.
Just goes to show you there is such a small margin for error right now for this Wisconsin defense. They miss one tackle, get out of position, just 1 yard it seems like. And Ohio State is making them pay. And JT Barrett sure answered the bell after that pick 6.
Parris Campbell, Terry McLauren with huge touchdowns in the first from the 29. And the Buckeyes run it, and look at this. Ryan Conley ambushing in the Ohio State backfield.
Those linebackers so active, so productive. Barrett, though, he's continued to gain confidence, and he answered that interception with a great throw on the next series. A touchdown to Parris Campbell. And this defense has got to find some answers quick.
Second down and 12 at the 27. Barrett sprints out of the pocket, throws, and it's caught. This time it's KJ Hill and JT Barrett with a victory today. He will break the tie with Art Schlichter as Ohio State's all-time leader in wins by a quarterback. He's 36-6.
He's basically rewritten the record books, both at Ohio State and even in this Big Ten Conference.
Third down and 5 at the 33. Barrett again to throw. Guns it and incomplete. Benjamin Victor took his eyes off the football and dropped it.
I mean, that is a perfect throw, the correct timing. Victor just has to catch the football. It was a good route. He got the separation he needed. He's going to have the first down. The ball's right on his face mask. You just got to haul it in. Victor has become more dangerous as this season has gone on. 23 catches on the year, 7 touchdowns, but couldn't haul that one in.
Chrisman will punt it from the 20. Nick Nelson at the 25. Chrisman hits the deck. Flag on the play.
There is no foul for running the kicker. The finger was blocked into him. First down.
So Wisconsin dodges a bullet. 14-7. Back after this. Much 14-7. Ohio State 13:48 to play here in the second quarter of the Big Ten championship game. Badgers with the football at their own 36. Alex Hornibrook hands it off to Jonathan Taylor, tries to get downhill, and Taylor falls forward close to the 40 for a gain of about 4. Jerome Baker with the tackle.
Yeah, the interior of this defense has done a nice job so far against this big, powerful offensive line. This interior running scheme, they like to pull a lot of guards. They like to pull the fullback around. And what that does is it creates extra gaps. It's basically very tough to defend. You've got to understand where your eyes are as a defender and where your responsibility lies. And Ohio State has done a nice job so far.
2nd and 6. Taylor again breaks it back, and he is tackled from behind. Nicely done by Tracy Sprinkle, who grabbed his ankle and brought him down.
And Tracy Sprinkle has been playing very good football in the back half of this season. The senior from the state of Ohio, he injured his knee in the first start last season, kept him out. He's come back fully healthy now and been fairly dominant on the inside.
3rd down and 6 at the 40. No gain on the last play. Badgers are 1 of 4 on 3rd down conversions. Hornibrook throwing, incomplete. Fumagalli, the intended receiver. Webb right there.
That's great coverage from Webb. He was physical with Fumagalli at the top of the route, and Fumagalli just could not get any separation, and he's going to need to get that separation very quickly. He's on the left side of your screen here. There's the physical nature. Maybe gets away with a little bit of a hold, but if you're not open right away, that rush is going to get home. And so these receivers in the tight end for Wisconsin, they've got to get open quicker.
KJ Hill ready to return at the 20. Anthony Lotti, 4th punt, high spiraling kick, and it's fair caught at the 17. 42-yard punt coming up. Buckeyes with the football after this. Aerial coverage is being brought to you by our good neighbors at State Farm. State Farm is here to help life go right. JT Barrett, 4 of 8, 160 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. He'll start from his own 18. J.K. Dobbins in the backfield. Play fake. Barrett in trouble. Dumps it to Dobbins, and Dobbins crosses the line of scrimmage, lowers his shoulder. Joe Ferguson pushes him out of play.
Now, good pressure in the pocket by Wisconsin. That was Olive Songapolu, number 99, the nose tackle, that forced Barrett outside of the pocket, but he was able to find his back and gain positive yards.
Songapolu from American Samoa. He's a junior. 2nd and 6. Dobbins breaks a tackle. Watch out! Burst of speed. Look at this freshman, J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown! 78 yards.
He was fighting. That foot was certainly out of bounds. They're going to review that.
Out of bounds at the 1-yard line prior to crossing the goal line. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. It'll be Ohio State's ball. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
And they got together and corrected the call after the signal for touchdown. Corrected the call on the field, so we won't need a review. But Dobbins makes Connor Sheehy miss right at the line of scrimmage, and then he was gone. I mean, the explosive plays from this Buckeye offense have been incredible. 3 of them right now for 50-plus yards already. We're still in the first half. Here's Sheehy. He's going to be trying to come in from that defensive end spot. And when he does, Dobbins spins away from him right there. Watch this spin. Little jump cut, and he's gone. You see the speed. He was trying to get that ball in the end zone. Just steps out of the 1.
He came into tonight's game 47 yards away from the school record for rushing yards by a freshman set by Maurice Claret in 2002. He's got it. Just gained 77. 1st and goal at the 1 for Ohio State. Barrett runs it. Barrett powers in. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Well, this is a great job by Isaiah Prince. He's the one that's going to pull around and open up the hole. Watch from the right tackle position. He gets the key block. This is the block right there that allows Barrett to get into the end zone for the touchdown. Great job by the right tackle.
And when we talked to Urban Meyer in his office earlier during the season, prior to the Maryland game, He said that the most important thing for his team was to play angry and nasty, especially the two tackles, Isaiah Prince and Jamarco Jones. Well, Isaiah, nasty block there. Barrett leans in. Buckeyes starting to take over. Yards by a freshman all-time at Ohio State.
I mean, you talk about some serious names there. Maurice Clarett, our own Robert Smith, and J.K. Dobbins has done a remarkable job a year after Mike Weber was doing it as a redshirt freshman. These two in the backfield, they're sensational players.
Tyndall ready to return. Starts from the 1. And Tyndall with a lane crosses the 20 and is finally taken down at the 22-yard line. And now a quick message from Discover.
It's time to celebrate. Only Discover matches all the cash back new card members earn at the end of their first year automatically.
Wisconsin has the #1 defense in the nation, giving up 236 yards a game right now. With 11:05 to go in the second quarter, Ohio State has gained 267 yards, including the longest rush and the longest pass of the year against Wisconsin. Let's see if the Badgers can start getting something going on offense. They'll hand it off Taylor. And Taylor taking down Jalen Holmes, Jerome Baker, combining after a 3-yard gain.
They've got to get back to that play-action pass game. They're two quality offensive series that we've seen during the course of this first half. They're throwing a lot of play-action fakes, those run-pass conflicts into the face of the linebackers, and then sneaking the fullback, ram check, doing a lot of different things. Groshek out into the flat, the tight end Fumagalli. They've got to get back to that, try to gain some positive yards.
Bottom line, Alex Hornibrook has to make some plays with his arm. 2nd and 6. And they'll hand it off, running left. And Ramish dives forward, picks up about 5. Close to the first down marker.
We got great forward lean there, and now a big 3rd down. Wisconsin likely to lean on that big offensive line, patting each other on the head. This one's about to get nasty here. 3rd and short. One of the best run games in America.
Third down and 1 at the 32. Chris James checks in. He's the deep man. They give it to Ingold, and he picks up the first down. Alec Ingold, a junior from Green Bay.
And some misdirection there from Paul Chryst on their offense. Watch as Ingold, he's going to be coming across the formation, and just a little handoff there. You get the action to the right side of the defense. Their eyes just go for a moment. A hole opens up, and Ingold is able to move the chains with a quality run.
First down at the 37 now. James. Not much, if anything. Tough Borland, the freshman, on the bottom of the pile.
Those linebackers have done a nice job. Tough Borland started the season as a backup, but he has essentially in the last 2-3 weeks become the starting middle linebacker as Dante Booker has been struggling with injury. Chris Worley moved outside. Borland's been the man inside, the redshirt freshman. He has been productive for this Ohio State defense.
From Bolingbrook, Illinois. 2nd down and 8. Hornibrook. And boy, he threw that one into a tight space, and it's caught by Danny Davis. And he may have a first down.
I tell you, this Danny Davis, he is so impressive, and you can see game in and game out, he gets more and more comfortable on the field as a true freshman, and then more and more confident as well. Look at him go up there and catch that ball with strong hands. Defender all over him. Even arrived a little early, I thought Kendall Sheffield did. But just a terrific catch there for Danny Davis.
A yard short of the first down. 3rd down and 1 at the 46. Out of the eye, Taylor the deep man. Play fake, Hornibrook. Underneath, caught. Fumagalli, stiff arm, written down to the 45. Jerome Baker with the tackle, but Fumagalli picks up 9.
He's all the way on the left side, and watch, he's going to have to clear the defense to get all the way to the right side of the offense. He's getting through. Finally, he's there. Hornibrook finds him, and there's the play action, getting back to a tight end completion. That's what Ohio State struggles with. That's where Wisconsin really needs to sit in their pass game. Play action pass, throw to the backside of the backfield.
And Fumagalli, here's a kid that's missing some digits on his hand and still managing to be one of the great tight ends in America. As they hand it off to Taylor, and Taylor will be dropped for short loss. Damon Webb.
Well, Fumagalli is as tough as they come. Against Iowa a few weeks ago, he got hit when he was trying to catch a ball across the middle and broke his nose. There you see the digit missing on the hand of Fumagalli, and he broke his nose, got right back up, and went to the huddle. I mean, this guy is the epitome of what it means to be a Wisconsin Badger, in particular at that tight end position. He's been terrific.
And he's from Illinois. Aurora, 2nd and 10. Hornibrook in trouble, decides to run with some room. Nice move as he got by Borland. Borland finally brings him down. And he'll gain 8.
That's a huge play for Hornibrook because he did not have anybody open down the field. Great coverage by the Ohio State secondary, and he had to make something positive happen, and he did that with his feet. Now you've got a much more manageable 3rd down situation where you can still run the football to convert.
3rd down and 3 at the 38. Approaching the 6-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. Wisconsin in Ohio State territory. And a timeout called by the Badgers.
Second charge. Timeout at half. Wisconsin. Full timeout.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at a game summary.
It's really been all JT Barrett because all the points have involved him. First it was the touchdown on the field to McLauren, then the pick 6. Van Ginkel's able to get into the end zone.
Barrett to the
Parris
far
Campbell
side.
on the outside. He was gone. And then Barrett took it in himself with a nice run right up the middle.
But right now, Wisconsin on a 5-minute drive that started at their own 23. 3rd down and 3 at the 38. Ramish, Taylor in the I formation. Hornibrook rolls out, looks backside, wide open. Incomplete. Fumagalli was open. That ball thrown behind him.
I mean, they had the perfect play called, and Hornibrook never set his feet. Check out Fumagalli. He's going to be coming on the delay again. They've got the play action in the backfield. He gets lost. Then he's wide open, but the ball is way behind him. He's got to try to turn to his left and dive, and he was unable to come up with it.
Lottie from the 49, his 5th punt of the first half. KJ Hill inside the 10. And this one goes out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. 5:41 to play in the 2nd quarter. J.K. Dobbins, the freshman from LaGrange, Texas, just broke off a 77-yarder. He's back after this. Welcome back. Don't forget the Dr. Pepper tuition giveaway is coming up at halftime. Stay tuned to see who will take home $100,000 in tuition from Dr. Pepper. I got a problem with that contest.
Yeah, you don't want the chest passes anymore,
no, it's
right?
terrible.
It's like, let's throw it.
Throw the ball like a football player, a quarterback.
I'm with you.
We're going to have to write a letter, partner.
Will it be strongly worded?
Yes, it will be. 21-7 our score. Ohio State looks disciplined, focused. They have the ball at the 8-yard line. JT Barrett with Mike Weber in the backfield. Play clock winding down.
Needs to get going here. 5.
And he'll get it off in time. Weber slashing forward. And Wisconsin says he fumbles.
Van Ginkel came out of the pile with the football.
And the Badgers have it again. Second turnover of the game for Ohio State.
By the defense. First down, Wisconsin.
Well, Van Ginkel makes first contact, and then he's trying to rip the ball out. Oh, certainly loose. Absolutely. Weber was not down. Great play by Van Ginkel. It's his second turnover of the night. He had the pick six. Now he's got the strip and the recovery of Mike Weber and gives his offense a short field. What an amazing play. He's been all over the place. One-man wrecking crew so far and single-handedly keeping his team in the ball game right now at 21-7.
Wisconsin defense has forced 17 turnovers.
Urban Meyer has got to be just beside himself right now. So many similarities to that Iowa game, giving up short fields, allowing the offense to get on the field in scoring position.
1st and 10 at the 11. Hornibrook underneath and incomplete. Kendrick Pryor, the intended receiver.
Well, this is a huge moment because remember, Wisconsin received the opening kick of the game. And at 21-7, you don't want Ohio State to have the opportunity to stretch the lead knowing that they're going to receive the second half kick. They have got to get into the end zone right now, and Paul Chryst is going to have to dial up one of those misdirection plays or a play action fake to try to get a fullback or tight end loose.
2nd down and 10 at the 11-yard line. And here's Danny Davis in the Wildcat running. And he's hauled down by Jerome Baker.
Well, Davis can just flat do it all. He was a 4-star recruit, played running back in high school, so he's used to getting the ball in the backfield, trying to find a hole. A returner in high school as well. Basketball player set school records on the hardwood, but this is going to be a Hornibrook down right here at 3rd down. They have got to get this ball into the end zone. They do have yardage to gain a 1st down at the 1-yard line.
Ibrahim lines up with Hornibrook. 3rd and 5 at the 6. Hornibrook. And this will not stand. Looked like there was some movement on the left side of the Wisconsin offensive line.
Yeah, Michael Dieter.
Offense, number 63. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Here's Dieter, the left tackle. He certainly gets a head start. There he's in his pass set. And when you're going against Bosa,
you got to get a quick start.
And that's what it starts messing with you. He's so good on the outside. Big Ten Defensive Lineman of the Year. That early start, you can understand why Dieter got started.
Bosa, 6'4", 270, but he's got feline quickness. 3rd down and 10 at the 11. Hard to look for Coach Meyer. Hornibrook steps up. Hornibrook goes down at the 10. Jerome Baker denies him, and that brings up 4th down and 9.
Great coverage on the back end. Man-to-man defense, a staple of this Greg Schiano secondary and defense at Ohio State, and there just was no separation. Danny Davis might have had a little separation, but Hornibrook had already tucked it down. He was trying to make hay with his feet, unable to do it as Baker comes up and makes the tackle.
Rafael Gaglianoni in to attempt a 28-yard field goal. The Brazilian. And it's good. Badgers settle for 3. 21-10, under 4 to go. 21-10, Ohio State. 3:42 to go in the 2nd.
Those points off turnovers. 10 for Wisconsin so far. It's the only thing keeping it in the game right now. But that was a win for the Ohio State defense, keeping them out of the end zone after the short field.
Mike Weber. And he'll let this one go out of the end zone for a touchback. And now a quick message from Duracell.
Santa's #1 most trusted brand.
And this is what you can do when you've got a stable of backs. I would expect to see J.K. Dobbins after Weber put it on the turf, and we will. Remember the last time Dobbins was on the field, he broke one off. Made Sheehy miss in the middle of the hole and was gone. See if he gets some carries here.
Dobbins ran for 100 yards and a touchdown against Michigan last week. He has 5 100-yard games this season. 1st and 10 at the 25. And it's J.T. Barrett this time. Crawling forward, gets to the 30. Ryan Conley defensively for Wisconsin.
This is such a huge series. This is kind of like a 2-for-1 partner in the NBA. You know, you're going to get a chance to get the second half kick back if you're Ohio State. A chance to score here at the end of the half as well.
6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4 at the 31. Dobbins, ooh, nice stutter step, makes the first man miss. And he'll lean forward. But the big story coming into this game is the health of J.T. Barrett. He had arthroscopic surgery last Sunday to remove a piece of ligament torn from the meniscus in his right knee. And the question was, how would he respond after contact? Well, I think he's done a pretty good job.
He has done a marvelous job. We've seen him run, convert with his feet. He's been brilliant throwing the ball outside of the pick six. This is a big down here. This is normally a quarterback rundown for Ohio State. 3rd and short.
Empty backfield. He scored a touchdown like this. And he runs it with a blocker in front of him and a 1st down.
It's so tough to defend because what you get here is you're going to get everybody down blocking, and then here you're going to get the pulling tight end as Baugh comes across, and it's that fold block and the seam it creates that makes it so easy to convert on those short yardage situations.
1st down at the 37. Ohio State in no rush with a 21-10 lead. Barrett fires deep. Barrett. And incomplete. Parris Campbell, the intended receiver. Barrett throws that ball in double coverage. But it seems like Ohio State is really focusing on the vertical passing game in this one.
Well, it's because they feel like they have the athletic advantage on the outside. They have the speed advantage, and that's one of the things that they came into this game and they wanted to exploit, and they've done that for the most part, in particular a guy like McLauren, who had the long touchdown to start things out.
Parris Campbell as well. 2nd and 10 at the 37. And Dobbins gets to the 41, maybe the 42-yard line. Gain of about 4 as Alec James stops him.
Now you're inside of 1:45 and counting. Ohio State
with all 3 timeouts.
Clock's not quite a factor yet, but they're moving pretty methodically right now. They're going to have to start picking up the pace at some point here soon.
3rd down and 6. Barrett all day sideline, almost intercepted, and a flag on the play. Nick Nelson diving for it, but let's see.
Well, he was all over Austin Mack and basically drug him down to the ground and used Mack to pull himself back towards the ball. This was pretty obvious.
Prior to the pass being thrown, holding, defense, number 11, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic, 1st down.
As Mack is going to run his route here at the top of your screen. Watch at the top end right here. He's just going to right here pull him down to the ground and then use him to catapult himself back towards the football. That left hand was all over his back. Great call by the official. Very easy call by the official, the field judge.
So a 1st down for Ohio State at the 49 of Wisconsin. Barrett. Play fake. Near side. Baugh, the tight end, with the catch. And he gets out of bounds short of the 1st down. As Dante Carrier-Williams knocks him out of play.
I actually love the veteran quarterback. There's just no rush to him, right? I mean, JT Barrett's just conducting this offense down the field. Clock's not a factor with 3 timeouts. He understands how to get the ball on the exterior of the defense. Ball gets out of bounds. This is some high-level execution right now from this Ohio State offense.
2nd and 2 at the 41. Barrett wants to let it fly, checks it down, Dobbins, and he's short of the first down. TJ Edwards with a nice tackle in space.
That was an incredible tackle by Edwards, and he's right here. He's going to have the man-to-man responsibility with Dobbins as Dobbins gets the fake. And then he's on the outside of the defense, and just like a bullet shot out of a cannon, he's there.
3rd and 1 at the 40. Here's Barrett looking deep. He's got his receiver, Hill, and incomplete. KJ Hill was open, running past Derek Tyndall, and that makes it 4th down and 1.
Oh, Barrett's going to want that one back. Urban knows that he's got a man. He thinks he has him, and it's just over his head. I mean, those can be some of the toughest throws to complete. The one right down the middle of the field when you're trying to throw it over the head of your wide receiver and dump it in that basket. The key is you've got to keep your eyes down on the wide receiver and not follow the football. When you follow the football, it always goes long.
And the Buckeyes call a timeout. They use their first. 45 seconds remaining in the first half, 21-10. In the huddle, brought to you by SoFi, the official financial loan partner of the Big Ten Conference.
Well, this is certainly a risk here because, you know, punting the football and sticking it inside the 5 is probably what you should do. But Urban Meyer trusting his quarterback wants points here to end the first half. Again, crucial situations. These are generally quarterback runs for Ohio State.
4th down and 1. Ball goes in motion. Now Dobbins. Here's the option. They pitch it. Dobbins breaks it back. And his second effort should be enough for first. Great running backs know how to lean forward and fall forward.
I mean, this wasn't just a lean. Watch the physical nature of Dobbins right there. You see how he just turned vertically and he said, I'm going to take this to the defense, lowers his shoulders. Jamerson's unable to get him down and he moves the chains.
1st down, Ohio State. Near side, caught. This is Dixon. Johnny Dixon is at the 30.
They're going to need a timeout there.
26 seconds to go. Ohio State in field goal range already. Back in a moment. And coming up next, Rob Stone, Dave Wattstadt, Rob Smith, and Matt Leinart are standing by in Los Angeles with the State Farm halftime show. 2nd down and 1 at the 30-yard line for JT Barrett and the Ohio State offense. Trips at the top of your screen. Twins at the bottom. Barrett winds up. Incomplete. Johnny Dixon open again. Barrett just couldn't put it on him.
I mean, he's getting so much time in the pocket that they're able to just dissect this secondary with long crossing routes. And they're getting huge open sections of field. And Barrett just a couple of different times on this series had been unable to connect. Only 1 of 6 when throwing the ball 15 yards down the field or more.
12th play of the drive that started at the Ohio State 25. 3rd down and 1 at the 30. JT will run it this time. And a 1st down.
Well, they've got to be up on the line of scrimmage right away because the chains are going to set and they're going to start this clock. They've got to be ready to snap the ball immediately.
Buckeyes with 1 timeout left. 1st down. Barrett again delivering in the corner. And incomplete. McLauren, the intended receiver, covered by Nick Nelson.
Well, this is time for a field goal here because this is it. You can only snap the football once. There's no way you can run a play and maintain 1 second. So he's going to run the field goal unit on the field.
Sean Nurnberger kicked the season-best 43-yarder at Michigan last week, but also missed a 44-yarder in that game. He's 14 of 17 this year. Started the season 7 of 7. This one from 43 yards away. And it's blocked. And here's Wisconsin returning it. And that will take us to the end of the first half. It looks like Nick Nelson got a hand on the football. Dixon picked it up. But Ohio State will head into the locker room with a 21-10 lead.
I mean, he just came right around that right side of the field goal unit and dives and gets that hand on it. What a great effort from Nick Nelson.
It's halftime here at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indy. Buckeyes with a 21-10 lead. They'll get the ball to start the second half. Right now, let's go to Rob. Welcome back to the 2017 Big Ten Championship presented by Discover. And our score as we head to the third quarter, 21-10. Ohio State on top of Wisconsin. Gus Johnson along with Joel Klatt at the top of our broadcast. We talked about the Wisconsin offensive line against the Ohio State defensive line. And in that first half, the rushmen from Ohio State did a pretty good job.
I mean, I would say better than pretty good. I don't think you're giving them enough credit right now. They were fantastic stopping the run of Wisconsin, and that's why they're our forward unstoppable player of that first half. It's the players up front for Ohio State. They were terrific. Whether it was the second-level players or guys like Bosa who were breaking through, creating tackles in the backfield, there were just no running lanes for Jonathan Taylor, and that big offensive line for Wisconsin could not get any rhythm established for their offense. That was a big reason why Wisconsin just could not do much offensively in that first half.
Badgers will kick it off. This is only the second time all year they've trailed at halftime. They trailed Northwestern 10-7 on September 30th. Badgers came back and won the game 33-24. Mike Weber, the deep man. And he will take a knee. Let's go downstairs and check in with Jenny Tabb.
Well, you guys talked about some of those big plays from the first half, that vertical passing game we saw from Ohio State. I asked Urban Meyer about it. He said, yeah, those big plays, those are all by design. I also asked him about JT Barrett. He said, I don't know, I really didn't like that pick six, and he told me those turnovers will be discussed at the break. And when I talked to Coach Christ, he was positive. He said, yeah, we got to stop those big plays, but this is about playing smart football. One play at a time. It's going to take one guy to spark something. We got to do that here in the second.
All right, first down and 10 of the 25 for the Buckeyes. Dobbins. And Dobbins gets through the hole. Stopped by Leon Jacobs. And that's a gain of 3.
And the reason that Coach Meyer so specifically addressed the turnovers is with an 11-point lead and the way that his defense is playing, I believe the only way that Wisconsin can get back into this game is to continue to force those turnovers and to give their offense a short field.
Second down and 7 for Barrett. 8 of 16, 182 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception. Dobbins with a stiff arm. Flag on the play as he runs out of bounds. Flag all the way back at the Ohio State 29.
Yeah, they're going to get Jamarco Jones, the left tackle, for a hold here. The mic's not working, but that's exactly what he said. Here's Jamarco Jones, and as he's working against Connor Sheehy, Sheehy works to the inside, and there's the grab, and he just kind of holds on, and it's right at the point of attack, clearly affecting the play. That's exactly where Dobbins was running.
Jamarco Jones, a senior from Chicago, 6'5", 310, left tackle. So that makes it second down and 17 at the 18-yard line. Barrett to Dobbins, and he is gobbled up quickly as he crosses the line of scrimmage. Jacobs again, first man to him.
Leon Jacobs around the edge. Those outside linebackers so important to the structure of this defense, and they need this stop. Create some positive momentum and try to get some good field position for their offense.
3rd down and 16. Opening series of the second half for Ohio State. Empty backfield for J.T. Barrett. Barrett under pressure, throws, and incomplete. T.J. Edwards just knocks that out of the hands of Parris Campbell. And the Buckeyes will punt.
I mean, this was an unbelievable job by Edwards, because the way that it looks live, he's going to get there early, and he just holds up a bit so that he does not make contact with the receiver, and he's able to get that right hand over the cross and break that pass up. What an excellent play.
T.J. Edwards, a quarterback in high school, turning out to be a terrific linebacker for the Badgers. Chrisman sends it away. Nick Nelson over to the sideline, catches it on the run, and Nelson dropped immediately. Once again, it's Jeffrey Okudah on special teams. So coming up, the Badgers with the football for the first time here in the second half. Is being brought to you by our good neighbors at State Farm. State Farm is here to help life go right. Lucas Oil Stadium, downtown Indianapolis, Indiana. 21-10, Ohio State. Now Wisconsin with the football for the first time to start the second half. What do they need to do, Joel, to get this offense clicking?
They have to run the football. That is their bread and butter. That's where their entire offense comes from. And the play action comes off of that, and that offensive line has got to get going.
And on first down, here's Taylor running the end around, and Taylor hops forward to the 30. Prior to that run, Taylor 10 carries, 25 yards, his long 5.
Well, you look at what he's done over the course of the season, 150 yards a game. That's 3rd in college football. Tonight, only 25, 2.5 per carry. He's gotten the end zone 13 times during the course of the season. This Ohio State defensive front is just so prepared. They have been laser focused all week on stopping Jonathan Taylor. And so far, tonight, they've done the job.
2nd down and 3 at the 30. Taylor again looking for the first down, and he has it. But you have to credit these defensive coaches. Coach Larry Johnson, the defensive line coach. Coach Schiano, who's had a very tough week.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know if there's a man in America that's had a tougher week. Obviously in the football realm of things, not talking, overall, but to stay focused on the kids, not make it about himself, and put together the game plan that he's put together. Credit to Greg Schiano. He's done a heck of a job this week and here tonight.
First down and 10 of the 34. Taylor. Coach Schiano and Joel, you could elaborate more on the story. He was offered the Tennessee job, then the Tennessee job. They took the offer off the table.
Yeah, there was some backlash amongst a sector of the fan base, and obviously there was an agreement with the administration and Greg that was taken off the table. And quite frankly, that sector of the fan base, used something that wasn't entirely accurate to prevent Greg from getting the job. And I just thought that was wrong and somewhat hypocritical. And he's certainly done a nice job this week.
2nd down and 7. Horny Brook down the sideline. Oh, what a catch by Danny Davis. 33 yards.
Say, this kid is just becoming a star right before our eyes. I mean, he is so athletic. Danny Davis goes up and makes the one-handed catch. Great coverage by Kendall Sheffield. And Danny Davis again makes a play on the ball, goes up with confidence, and makes the catch.
3 catches for 50 yards for Danny Davis, the freshman from Springfield, Ohio. And he would love nothing more than to have a big game against the Buckeyes.
He was desperate for an offer from Ohio State, never got it, and he's making them pay right now.
First down at the Ohio State 30. Hornibrook again to Davis. Incomplete. Denzel Ward covering.
Those were a couple of really nice throws from Hornibrook, because he's going to a place where he's letting his receiver potentially make a play. This was just sensational coverage. Denzel Ward goes up and he essentially just plays the hands of the wide receiver, Danny Davis, breaks up the pass. That's just a marvelous job.
Denzel Ward, his 13 pass breakups coming into this game, more than twice as many as any other Buckeye. He has 2 interceptions on the season, 1 tonight. 2nd and 10 at the 30. Hornibrook, delayed handoff. Taylor, and he stumbles forward, tripped up by Chris Worley.
I tell you, if Worley doesn't make that tackle, he had some space on the outside, and because he stumbled, he wasn't able to get the edge. Worley comes in from the right side of your screen, kind of slips a block right there, and then just trips him up, or else Taylor would have had a big gain. But now, a tough situation for Hornibrook, an obvious passing situation.
3rd down and 7 at the 27. Empty backfield for Alex Hornibrook, the redshirt sophomore from Westchester, PA. Here's Hornibrook. Throws and broken up. Well defended again by Denzel Ward. Danny Davis, the intended receiver.
That is tough to do for Denzel Ward. Follow the wide receiver, and then he's got to get not from his back hip, but to his front hip and jump across the receiver and bat the ball down. See, he's trailing on his back hip, and he's got to go to that front hip with his right arm and get the hand on the ball. That's right. He wants some applause, and he deserves them right now.
Gaglianone comes in to attempt a 46-yarder. Second team All Big Ten by the coaches and media. Perfect. Rafael Gaglianone makes this a 21-13 game. 10-14 to go, 3rd quarter. (21-13) Ohio State.
Halftime, Dr. Pepper puts on the great contest for tuition, and big congratulations to Sawyer Stevens, who won the contest, $100,000 in tuition. I just think it's amazing that Dr. Pepper does that for these kids and gets that tuition money. That's life-changing, and kudos to them for doing it. It's a great contest.
Wisconsin ready to send it away. And this one kicked deep in the end zone again. I think we should have an opportunity to compete, me and you.
You want to compete?
That's right.
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready.
And don't forget to check out our Breaking the Huddle with Joel Klatt on Facebook Live Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, sponsored by
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Maybe a Breaking the Huddle should just be our contest.
That would be fun. And you have to put up $100,000. First down and 10 at the 25. Jenny, I think, would beat both of us.
Yeah, I think Jenny would beat both of us. I think you're right.
JT Barrett would beat us for sure. He's been playing solid football with a tender knee. J.K. Dobbins in the backfield. They give it to Dobbins, and Dobbins stopped by Connor Sheehy.
Well, this defense has been great in the second half. Not just good, but great in the second half of ball games all year long. They've only allowed 5 touchdowns in the second half. They're going to have to put up a similar performance to what they've done all year long if they want to get back in this ball game.
2nd down and 7 at the 28. Near side, caught by K.J. Hill. He turns it on and gets close to the first down as he steps out of bounds. Would you consider Wisconsin a second half team?
No doubt. No doubt about it. And it's because they're such a veteran team, in particular on this defensive side. You got a plus 168 scoring margin in the second half. That's the best in college football. It's because they can make adjustments on the fly, and generally they're playing their best football because of those adjustments later in games.
3rd down 2, empty backfield for Barrett. Usually a running situation for the quarterback, and he gets the first down, I believe.
It was awfully close. He had to get to that 35-yard line, and right at the end, it looked like he was just leaning enough to move the chains, and he will. Barrett, a much more physical runner than you would think. Absolutely. Right there, he's clearly kind of touching and then across that 35-yard line. Jim Leonard, the defensive coordinator, said he's always falling forward. He turns a block for 4 into 6.
On first down, Dobbins gets through the hole. J.K. Dobbins down inside the 15. Natrell Jamerson with the saving tackle. A 52-yard gain for J.K. Dobbins.
Michael Jordan has the key block. He's going to go down on the nose guard, but then watch, he goes up right here to the linebacker, gets him blocked. Dobbins makes him pay. Huge hole, and he's through.
Barrett sprinting out, throws on the move, and K.J. Hill gets out of bounds. But J.K. Dobbins has broken off runs of 77 yards and 52 yards. Talk about two great freshman running backs. Dobbins, 10 carries, 150 yards in the Big Ten championship, and he's a true freshman. 2nd and 6 at the 8. High snap handled by Barrett, and he is steamrolled.
You know, that was a great decision by Barrett.
Garrett Dooley.
Dooley was giving him a give read. Okay, so normally that would have been a handoff, but because the snap was high, Barrett didn't feel like he had a good possession of that football in order to make the exchange with J.K. Dobbins, so he just tucked it down and made sure he didn't put it on the turf. Took the negative play rather than the turnover, and he was telling Billy Price that snap was high.
Billy Price, one of the best offensive linemen in America. 3rd down and 8 at the 10. Barrett looking. Barrett all day to throw. Look at the protection, and he finally just dumps it. His receiver fell down out of his break. But I tell you what, this offensive line for Ohio State is doing a nice job keeping this man clean.
They're doing great because he was looking for Baugh. Look, Baugh just trips, and he's headed to the back of the end zone. That's where Barrett was looking. Urban knew it. And again, Barrett does the smart thing. He throws the ball out of bounds, saves the sack, and creates a field goal opportunity.
Nurnberger comes in to attempt a 27-yarder. And it's good. But a flag on the play.
I thought they hit the holder when they dove for that field goal.
Chrisman, the holder.
Nope, it was the kicker, Nurnberger. Got upended after the kick.
Running into the kicker, defense number 11. That penalty's declined. Result of the play, field goal is good. Timeout.
Herb.
So Ohio State takes a 24-13 lead. Back to Indy after this. Well, coming into championship week, here are the top 4 teams in the college football playoff rankings.
Well, it was these Badgers at 4, Oklahoma at 3, Auburn at 2, got beat. Clemson is handling their business up big over Miami in the ACC championship game, and it sure feels like the way that the resumes would shake out, it feels like this is a national quarterfinal right now.
Hobble kicking it deep. This time, A.J. Taylor will return it. Taylor to this sideline, and a burst of speed gets out of bounds at the 25. As we take a look at the bracket.
Well, this is what it would be, right? If it was the 8 teams this championship weekend. Oklahoma and Georgia taking care of business. Clemson's clearly taking care of business. Is likely going to be Oklahoma and Clemson with the top 2 seeds as the playoff is revealed. And then it becomes the debate, right? Georgia's going to be in, and then it's going to be Wisconsin. If they can come back, they're going to have a spot. And if Ohio State holds on, there's going to be an epic debate between the Tide and the Buckeyes for that 4th spot.
First down to the 26 for Wisconsin. Hornibrook throwing it deep. And incomplete. Right off the hands of Danny Davis. Well covered by Damon Arnett.
That was just terrific coverage from Arnett. Step for step with Danny Davis. And Davis gave a great effort at the end. Gets away with a little grab, and of course that's on the opposite side of his body from the official, so the official can't see that touch of a grab. Didn't impede his progress or his ability to catch the ball. That's why the flag didn't come out.
2nd down and 10. Hornibrook Sets up a screen and incomplete. That one thrown a little high for Ramish. Probably should have made the catch, but he didn't.
Hornibrook's timing is just a beat quick. Every time he's back there, even on these play action passes, he's not setting his feet. He's fading away from his pass, and a lot of them are sailing high. Tough for these guys to catch it. And this is the exact scenario you have to avoid. The rushman on the field, Bosa on the field, number 97. This obvious passing situation, these guys are going to have their ears pinned back.
Hornibrook 9 for 21. 3rd and 10 at his own 26. Here comes a blitz. Hornibrook in trouble, and Bosa gets to him first. Nick Bosa. And that's the first sack of the game for Ohio State.
He is so good with his hands. Dieter has his hands on him initially. Watch 63 Dieter, the left tackle. He's going to get his hands right here, and then look, he just throws his hand off his body and continues to run the arc in order to get to the quarterback. I tell you, Larry Johnson, the defensive line coach, is a master of teaching these guys how to use their hands and get to the quarterback in the pass rush.
Lottie punts it from the 5. KJ Hill steps back, fields it at the 30. Hill straight ahead, and he'll get to the 45 before being taken down. A 51-yard punt and a 15-yard return. Ryan Conley with the tackle on special teams. Ohio State with great field position. He recorded his 7th sack of the season, and Nick has some pretty good genes. His brother Joey, you may remember, was an All-American at Ohio State. Father John, first-round draft pick out of Boston College with the Dolphins. 1st down and 10 at the 44 for JT Barrett. JT pump fake, steps back, goes through his progressions, goes deep, and Dixon. It goes right through Johnny Dixon's hands. Derek Tyndall covering, and Dixon gets up slowly. But we've called a number of Ohio State games this year. I don't remember this season seeing them throw the ball deep as much as they are today.
No, they feel like they have the advantage with the speed on the outside, and they're trying to exploit that. And Barrett has overthrown a couple of guys down the field that were wide open. That was thrown perfectly, absolutely perfectly. Got to come down with that catch.
2nd and 10 of the 44. Barrett keeps it. Tries to break it back inside, and is dragged down from behind by TJ Edwards. One reason I love watching JT Barrett play, he's such a cerebral ball player.
Well, they do so much in that quarterback run game, and there's so many reads that he makes post-snap. You know, it's not all what he sees before the snap, but post-snap, he's reading the movement of the defense, deciding whether to give the ball to the running back, keep it himself, or even go down the field in the pass game. Empty backfield on 3rd down generally means quarterback run.
3rd down and 5. He'll throw it. Barrett lines up underneath and almost intercepted by Nick Nelson. Austin Mack, the intended receiver.
And the ball again was on the money. Mack has it right in his hands. He's going to have the conversion right there. All he's got to do is catch the ball, and we've seen several drops tonight. Benjamin Victor dropped the ball earlier on this series. Johnny Dixon drops a touchdown, and there Austin Mack cannot secure the conversion. Barrett can't throw that one any better.
And an injured player on the field around the 45.
That's Derek Tyndall, the corner, senior from Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Tyndall trying to walk it off.
One of those veterans for this Wisconsin defense, has played a lot of football. He's been very good for them at the corner position.
So Chrisman prepares to punt it away. Nick Nelson stands at his own 10. Chrisman at the 35. End over end. And fair caught at the 10-yard line. 5:20 to play in the 3rd quarter. 24-13, Ohio State.
what average underwear feels.
24-13 Ohio State. Watch Urban Meyer on the sidelines. You would think that he was losing the game
by a substantial margin. Until, there we go, now we're back.
What makes him such a great coach, Joel?
It's that intensity. It's exactly what you just saw. The laser-like focus. He wants every single play, every single rep, his players to be focused, to do the right thing, and to play with excellence.
First down, and they hand it off to Taylor, who's trying to get going, but this Ohio State defense won't let him do it. Jerome Baker.
There's just no room to run against that front. These guys have done a remarkable job, and it does help that they saw Michigan last week, because it is a similar style run game. Not totally the same, but similar style, with the fullback, the extra tight end. So they're not trying to face a spread team 1 week and then come back here and get in the phone booth. For 2 straight weeks, they've been having to get in the phone booth and play muscle-up football.
Second down and 10. Hornibrook out of the pocket. Sideline, that one scooped up by A.J. Taylor. And they'll give him the catch in front of Damon Arnett.
Well, you're going to start to see all the creativity that Paul Chryst can muster out of his offensive play calling. He's going to be moving Hornibrook out of the pocket. You're going to see all the misdirections. I expect a reverse to be run fairly soon to try to get Ohio State leaning one direction and running one direction too aggressively. And then obviously in these passing situations, they've got to get separation with their wide receivers in a quick fashion.
Third down and 4 at the 16. Hornibrook in trouble. Rolls out of the pocket. And Hornibrook taken down by Jerome Baker.
Well, this is a bad feeling as a quarterback. Not just the fact that the pocket breaks down, but watch as Hornibrook escapes the pocket to his left. What you're expecting is your wide receivers to work free for you. Watch his wide receivers. They all just stop. And at that point, he's like, oh, my gosh, I got nowhere to throw the football. Baker's able to close down and get him down to the ground. The only other thing he could have done is thrown it into the stands.
So the Badgers will punt it out of their own end zone. Anthony Lottie, K.J. Hill at midfield. Hill will start inside the 40. Still on the move, gets the midfield, 40-yard line of Wisconsin before finally being stopped. And there is a flag. Andrew Van Ginkel with the tackle on special teams.
During the return, illegal block in the back, receiving team number 83, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Terry McLaurin, who had a big 84-yard touchdown in the first half.
You're going to see he's going to come into your screen, the left side of your screen, kind of the tail end of this return. Right there, that's the block they call in the back. Boy, that was awful close. I thought he was working his way towards the front of the Wisconsin player, and I certainly did not think that was a block in the back. And I saw it on a couple of different angles up here, and I thought McLaurin was in the right on that one. 3:09
to play in the third quarter. Wisconsin, the 4th-ranked team in the nation. If they win, they're in the playoffs. They're undefeated, 12-0. Ohio State, a team that's lost 2 games early in the season at home to Baker Mayfield in Oklahoma, and then a humiliating loss at Iowa. And they gave up 55 points. First down and 10 at the 49. Barrett. I'll tell you what, Joel, this kid has shown an unbelievable toughness to come into this game, a championship game, after having his knee operated on last Sunday.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be this easy. You know, he's making it look easy. He's running just fine. You don't see any ill effects. It's amazing.
Weber tries to bounce it outside, unable to, as he's stopped by Dooley and Garrett Rand.
I spoke with a couple of different orthopedic surgeons, friends of mine, and physical therapists, and asked him about what he's dealing with, and they basically said, listen, structurally he's probably going to be fine. At this point, it is a pain threshold deal. JT Barrett right now, his knee is swollen. He's dealing with an extraordinary amount of pain, and he's still conducting this offense with great excellence right now.
3rd down and 4 at the 43. Barrett sprints out with time. And incomplete and intercepted. 2nd interception of the game, this time Leon Jacobs. Third turnover of the evening for Ohio State.
And Barrett throws this ball late, maybe an ill-advised throw late, as Baugh is coming across 85, the tight end. Right here, Barrett decides, I'm just going to flip it out to my tight end. It's behind him. Baugh tips the ball up, and that creates the opportunity for an interception. Leon Jacobs is right there, right place, right time, and Wisconsin gets the turnover.
But the question, can Wisconsin, their offense, pay it off? As Jacobs pulls it out of the air. 1st down and 10. The Badgers at the 48. Here's the reverse with Pryor. Ohio State ready for it. Borland, as well as Jalen Holmes.
These defenders right now are playing with such great discipline. They just aren't getting fooled. Check out the backside of the play. Guys like the corner, number 12, Denzel Ward, staying home. The outside linebackers, the defensive tackles, everybody staying on their responsibility, staying home. That reverse fooling nobody.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 48. Hornibrook steps up, delivers, and caught. Fumagalli with the 1st down in front of Jordan Fuller.
Well, he comes all the way across the formation. Hornibrook steps up. Great pocket awareness from Hornibrook. Throws on the run, and that is an absolute strike. Great throw, maybe his best of the night. On the run, going forward, over the middle of the field, and he moves the chains with a 1st down.
From the 41. Hornibrook to throw it again. Rolls out. And he'll dump this one out of play. Danny Davis, closest man to the football. Hornibrook originally committed to Pitt, but when Coach Christ got the call from Wisconsin, he ended up changing his mind and coming with Coach Paul Christ.
Yeah, as it is so often with these players, it's not really the school or even the facilities like we think it is. It's the coach. It's the relationship. Hornibrook wanted to play for Paul Christ, and he's doing it here.
2nd and 10. Dumps it off. Taylor. Watch out. Jonathan Taylor. Oh, what a collision. He just ran over Fuller.
It was a flag down right at about the 30-yard line.
Holding. Offense, number 61. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat 2nd down.
It's Tyler Biotish, the center. He was down the field on the screen. Here's Biotish right there working against Borland, and certainly right at the point of attack, but he just had the one hand up there. Tough to tell with that angle whether he actually had a hold of the jersey. The official was staring right at him. But that is a huge penalty after a great screen pass, perfectly executed by the quarterback, Hornibrook. He was finally not fading away from that pass. He sets his feet, invites the rush up the field, and then delivers it on the frame of the wide receiver, or excuse me, the running back, and Taylor was able to get down the field.
2nd down and 9 at the 49. Here's Hornibrook. And he'll just dump it into the ground.
It's actually an incredibly smart play by Hornibrook. You wouldn't think it, just looking at it. They're trying to set up the screen to the tight end Fumagalli. When you're setting up a screen, you can't throw the ball down the field or burn it because you have linemen down the field. So you have to throw it behind the line of scrimmage at the feet of the guy that's trying to run the screen pass. That's a smart play by Hornibrook to keep this at a 3rd and 9, not take the sack, and not get a penalty.
Badgers need to go to the 31 for a 1st down. Here's Hornibrook under incredible pressure. Somehow gets it to Groshek. And he'll pick up a 1st down. That was like a Dr. Pepper pass.
Executed perfectly. Hornibrook is doing a great job manipulating the pocket right now. Gets himself up there, flips it to his running back. That's a great job by Groshek, getting himself open and then getting the conversion.
A 17-yard gain. And that's the end of the third quarter, 24-13. Ohio State, but Wisconsin finding a rhythm on offense. Back to Indianapolis after this. Welcome back to the 2017 Big Ten Championship, presented by Discover as we start the fourth quarter. Wisconsin, this is the first time they've trailed in the fourth quarter this season. 24-13, our score. Badgers with the 1st and 10 at the 23 after the 17-yard gain. And they hand it off to Groshek. He's hit and stumbles down. Almost broke that tackle, but Robert Landers got him there first.
That was just a great play by Robert Landers. I mean, he broke into the backfield. Groshek had no chance and then was just stumbling since Landers hit. I mean, Landers comes in about 290, 295, 6'1" from Dayton, Ohio. He had a great freshman season a year ago. Very disruptive player. You saw an example right there.
A 3-yard loss. 2nd and 13 at the 26. Hornibrook's going to have to get it done with his arm. Play fake. Deep drop. Goes up top. And incomplete. Danny Davis, the intended receiver, but there is a flag on the play in the backfield.
Yeah, and Hornibrook got hit a bit late.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 67. Low hit on the quarterback. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Robert Landers, who just made the play on the last run play, he comes in. Hornibrook's in a passing posture in the pocket, and he goes in low and was not blocked into Hornibrook. Excellent call by the officials. Protecting Hornibrook. Automatic first down. That is a huge penalty on Ohio State.
So now Wisconsin has the ball inside the Buckeyes 15. 1st and 10 at the 30. At the 13. And they pitch it. Groshek throws it back. Hornibrook's open. Can he get there? Dives and gets down. Jordan Fuller with the saving tackle, but it's a 9-yard gain.
And Jordan Fuller was totally faked out. If the ball's out in front of Hornibrook, he's gonna score. But Groshek from Amherst Junction, Wisconsin, a town of less than 500 people, great redshirt freshman player for them, has had a highly productive series, had the big conversion earlier in the series, completes it to his quarterback, and creates a short yardage 2nd down situation.
2nd and 1 at the 4. Austin Ramish, Chris James in the offset eye. James, following his blocks, picks up a 1st and more as he spins down at around the 2.
Well, now they're going to have 1st and goal. I expect a heavy dose of that big offensive line and run game. Now remember, normally you see the ball on the left hash, you think, oh, it's easy to roll to the right with a quarterback and throw the ball outside of the pocket, but Hornibrook is left-handed, so that would be the opposite way to roll if you want to get him out of the pocket. That's why this is likely to be a run inside.
1st down and goal at the 1. Play fake. Hornibrook looking, buying time, and he'll just throw it out of bounds.
And that's the difficult part when you're trying to roll to the short side of the field. You know, if he's gotten more room there, then you're going to get the space to create an open receiver. But a terrific job by that defense, in particular the secondary, didn't buy the play fake.
Right now, Wisconsin needs a big push from those big linemen. Dieter, Dietzen, Biotish, Ben Shaw, Edwards, even Fumagalli, the tight end. Mano a mano. 2nd and goal at the 1. James dives. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
What a series. Crucial third down conversions, and then the power at the end. Originally, he stopped to watch right here. He reaches back over his head, puts the ball over the goal line. Touchdown, Wisconsin. That's a heck of an answer. I tell you what, they're showing some courage, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And the turf on the field chopped up in the end zone.
Well, that's interesting because remember now that section everywhere else, this is the normal field turf that you would see for an Indianapolis Colts game. But you see how hard everyone's pushing. Watch the turf right there. Wow. The end zones are actually new turf, and they are sections that are zipped in. They take the Colts end zone out, they bring new sections of field turf in, and they zip them in and then put new rubber specks like that, all that filling in over the end zone. So the end zone is actually, when you go down and stand on the field, raised by about, oh gosh, quarter of an inch, maybe less. But you can tell it's different than the other parts of the surface, and it came up right there.
So what do you do, partner? Because obviously that's unstable footing.
They're going to have to come in there and fix it again. Like there's either a zipper under there or some sort of a seam that they're going to have to fix before they allow this thing to move forward.
Interesting turn of events, 24-19. Being brought to you by our good neighbors at State Farm. State Farm is here to help life go right. And we got a new MVP on the field. This guy right here is working his tail off to try to fix this section of the end zone. Look at that intensity.
What he's trying to do now, he had to get all of those pellets out from under the turf where it kind of came up. It's actually Velcro, so those seams are Velcro, strong industrial Velcro, and he had to clean all those pellets away from the Velcro areas, and now he got it. He tried to attach the turf back down, and now he's going to try to get those pellets back over the top so that there's no holes or depressions in the field. This is amazing. I mean, I have never in my life seen anything like this.
Dean Blandino, our rules analyst in Los Angeles, joins us now. Dean, what are the officials thinking in a situation like this?
Yeah, well, the officials are making sure that the field is safe for the players. And obviously with those seams coming up, that's not a safe situation. You can see the operations crew working on it, making sure that that field is Velcroed down so we don't have a player slip and potentially get injured. And so you'll see officials from time to time check those seams throughout the game. And obviously here in this situation, they came up like that. You can't continue to play with the field like that, and that's why it's being addressed.
Dean, who finally gives the go-ahead? You know, is it?
Well, it'll be the operations crew and then get together with the referee. You can see Don Willard there. And once Don gives the okay that the field is in playable shape, then we'll continue the game.
It's important to note in this championship game, Don Willard is the white hat. You saw him there on your screen. This is an all-star crew of officials. So this crew of officials has not worked together all year, but each one of these officials graded out as the top official at their position during the course of the season, and this is their reward, getting to work the championship game. So this is the best of the best, an all-star crew led by Don Willard.
And I'll tell you what, by the end of this game, this man from the operations crew, we don't know his name, he's going to be graded out as one of the top guys in his business. Let's go downstairs to Jenny.
Well, I'm just having a moment and talking to one of the referees. He was telling me that because those seams did come up, it was uneven in that surface, and that is why it's taking so long. He is trying to even out the surface to the best of his ability, and as Dean said, it is the operations crew decision. Once they say we're safe, it's good to go. That is when play will resume. But let me tell you guys, this guy's working hard. I will find out everything that went into this when I can get an update from him.
Thank you very much, Jenny. He certainly will deserve a Dr. Pepper when this game is over.
I mean, and it's a good thing because those are delicious. See, he's trying what he's doing. This is so fascinating. See how he's pulling the turf? Like all the strands, so that all those rubber pellets will fall down.
But there's still a gash there.
Yeah.
And he's got to work all the way up.
I'm sure, yeah, right here. He's going to be trying to clean up that seam as well.
So, Joel, with this game being stopped now, who does the stoppage favor as Wisconsin prepares to kick the extra point?
It always favors
or maybe go for 2.
Yeah, and that's the issue here, right? It always favors the team, I think, that doesn't have the momentum in the game. See, if I'm Wisconsin, I just had an amazing series. We converted. We had some great plays. I'm thinking about Hornibrook getting that 3rd down completion to Groshek. They finally get into the end zone, and now we have to wait. You know, so there's not a lot of strategy you can talk right now, except for the coach thinking to himself, well, should we go for 2 or should we not?
All right, this operations worker, his name is Eric Harlow. Look at him, the intensity. He could play for Coach Meyer or Coach Chris. He is focused. Now, while he's working, Mr. Harlow, let's check in with Greg Wolf.
Gus, thanks. Joel mentioned it earlier. Clemson absolutely handling their business. They're winning the turnover battle as well. After Miami's 3rd turnover of the night, Kelly Bryant finds Deion Kane, 27-yard touchdown. Tigers lead 38-0 in the 4th quarter. Gus, Joel, back to you.
So they bring out the garden tools to help smooth it out. And I've been calling games for a long time, partner. This is the first time I've ever seen anything like this.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
But it just goes to show you how hard that O-line and those D linemen were digging in on that goal line play.
The force and impact of what's going on down there is crazy. This is an unbelievable shot. See how it's actually raised the white turf to the red turf? That's because it's all new in there.
Red turf.
The red turf has all been brought in order for them to be red end zone so that we're not playing on a quote-unquote Colts field. So that's all new stuff, and that's why it's a bit raised. And that section of raised turf, you get one cleat in there with all the force of a goal line play, and that's why that seam just popped up.
So far, a 10-minute delay. Lucas Oil Stadium. This is the 7th Big Ten championship game played here in the house that Peyton Manning built. We're going to have to call Peyton and tell him that he's going to have to do a little work on the end zones during college games.
That's right. That's right. Well, and as they are starting to get finished here, here's what's interesting. You've got kind of the offense mulling around for Wisconsin, you know, and obviously this would be a great scenario here to go for 2, try to get it to a 3-point game. The ball has been placed in the right middle of the field, so you can place it in essentially 5 different spots when you request a 2-point conversion. They say, where do you want the football? You can say middle, you can say right hash, left hash, or you can say right middle or left middle. At this point, the ball has been spotted on the 3-yard line on the far side right middle hash mark, which is the NFL hash mark, which means that they're going to be going for 2 here, and Paul Chryst has got his 2-point play dialed up. Been working on it all week long. And it looks like we're going to see it pretty soon. Nice handshake.
All right. Eric Harlow, excuse me. Great job as Hornibrook comes back on the field and Wisconsin prepares to go for 2. (24-19) in the Big Ten championship. We're in the 4th quarter. Badgers going for 2. Taylor in the backfield. Here's Hornibrook. Touchdown! And the 2-point conversion is good for Fumagalli. 12:39 to play in the 4th. 24-21. Ohio State. It started with an interception. And then the Badgers pay it off as they dig up the end zone. Fumagalli with the 2 points. 24-21 back after this. 12:39 to play in the fourth quarter of the Big Ten Championship. Ohio State with a 24-21 lead as JT Barrett prepares to come back on the field. Mike Weber, the deep man. And this one just blasted out of the end zone. Zach Hintz just drilled it, almost kicked it into the stands.
Well, here comes JT Barrett. Surgically repaired knee. 6 days later, he's played brilliantly so far tonight. 191 yards through the air, a couple of touchdowns, but 2 costly interceptions led directly to scores. One a pick six. The last one on the last series ends in a touchdown. We'll see how he responds.
Wisconsin has outscored Ohio State 11-3 in the second half. First down to the 25 for the Buckeyes. Momentum starting to shift in the direction of Wisconsin. The handoff, Dobbins. And he'll get to the 30. Close to a 5-yard gain. Connor Sheehy with the tackle. Dobbins has broken off some big runs, 77 and 52 yards. 11 carries, 154 yards for Dobbins. 2nd and 6. Barrett this time. And he has a first down. Nick Nelson stops him.
And these are those situations, you know, I've been talking about this now the last 3 times we've been doing Ohio State games. When they get into crunch time, it becomes a quarterback run-oriented offense. Everything comes off of that. The passing game, all of that. Now on 3rd and 1, fully expect this to be some sort of exchange with J.K. Dobbins and J.T. Barrett, with Barrett making the read.
Ball the motion man. Here's Dobbins, and he has the first down. T.J. Edwards with the tackle.
Well, there it is. Barrett's making the read. Dobbins is coming across to the left side. Great job by that right tackle, or excuse me, right guard Demetrius Knox, who has been filling in for Brandon Bowen, who broke his leg earlier in the year against Maryland. Knox has played brilliantly ever since. It's one of the big reasons why they've been running the football so efficiently.
First down and 10 at the 37 for Ohio State. Play fake. Barrett goes through his progressions, in trouble, dancing, Barrett, and he'll dive forward in front of Connor Sheehy and gain a couple.
Terrific coverage down the field by Wisconsin. Doing a great job getting their hands on guys, just playing zone defense, but then they're matching up within their zone. Deep guys running with the wide receivers. Derek Tindall doing a great job there on Johnny Dixon.
2nd down and 8 at the 39. Coach Leonard, the defensive coordinator. Dobbins. And that'll bring up 3rd down. Obasi with the tackle. A 4-yard pickup for Dobbins. 3rd down and 4 at the 43. Can Wisconsin get off the field? Barrett underneath and caught McLaurin. But there is a flag.
I thought McLaurin got his face mask grabbed at the end. I mean, he makes a sensational catch. Barrett threaded the needle. And then at the end, it looked like he got his face mask grabbed.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 29. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
That's Dante Carrier-Williams, the redshirt freshman from Miami. He's in coverage, had great coverage on the plate. Check out this ball. I mean, threaded right to that right shoulder. And at the end, as Carrier-Williams was coming across, there's the grab of the face mask. Excellent call by the officials. Huge yardage now for Ohio State. That is a big situation right there.
And just like that, the Buckeyes have it at the Badger 34, first down. Barrett to the sideline. Caught. K.J. Hill making people miss, and another first down for Ohio State. T.J. Edwards with the tackle.
And when have we seen Wisconsin struggle? It's when they've been missing tackles on the perimeter, and again, missed tackles. That's a great block right there by McLauren. And then they're able to get down the field, and K.J. Hill slips another tackle, creates a first down.
From the 22. Dobbins. Dobbins going pretty much the whole second half after Mike Weber fumbled the football.
Yeah, and at this point, Wisconsin has got to bow their neck and force a kick. That's why those first down runs of 4 yards or more are so important, and we just had one right there, is because it creates easier situations for the offense where they've got their entire playbook at their disposal, which they certainly do here.
2nd and 6 at the 18. Barrett, quarterback run. And Barrett close to that first down marker.
Great patience from J.T. Barrett right there, allowing the blocks to take place in front of him. Finds the hole.
3rd down and 1. Barrett again to run it. And he dives. Let's see where they spot the ball.
He needed the 12-yard line, and it didn't look like he got there.
It'll be 4th down and 1 for Ohio State. So a decision for Urban Meyer. Offense remaining on the field. They're going to go for it. Can Wisconsin bow their necks on defense? 4th down and 1, empty backfield. Usually means quarterback run.
Meyer wants a timeout.
Buckeyes call a timeout. Their first of the second half. 24-21, Ohio State. 7:53 to go in the 4th quarter of the Big Ten championship game. The winner of this game could find themselves in the college football playoff. 3-point affair. 4th down and 1 for this man, J.T. Barrett. Empty backfield. Now ball lines up. Barrett runs it. Barrett breaks a tackle. Oh, what a play. But does he get the first down? And it looks like he has it. What a second effort by J.T. Barrett.
Just incredible. This Wisconsin defense stopped him. Initially, he had to get the 12-yard line. The second effort. 6 days ago, this man is having surgery on his right knee. And he bounces outside, lowers his shoulder, and moves the chains.
Placed under further review.
And they'll review the spot.
J.T. Barrett, he's a big guy, 6'2", 220 pounds. His lower body looks like he could play left guard.
I mean, look what a great job Wisconsin does on the interior. They get super low. They submarine. Barrett's got nowhere to go, and now he's got to get to the 12-yard line, lowers his shoulder, and keeps his leg drive going. And the reach. Of course, the red line is not official, but it sure looked like he reached with that right arm and got the line to gain. I don't think there's going to be enough to overturn the spot on the field. What an effort. I mean, from everybody. I mean, the defense is flying around. Barrett's flying around.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
And he gets it. J.T. Barrett, 17 carries, 55 yards, and a rushing touchdown.
Wow. Just by inches, but certainly did get it. And calmly says first down. Look at him. It's like he's got ice water in his veins.
He is a pool customer. First down and 10 at the 12. Barrett runs the option. Pitches it. Dobbins trying to get outside. And great pursuit. T.J. Edwards leading the way. Leon Jacobs finally knocks Dobbins out of bounds.
That's one of the things that TJ Edwards does so well, and I don't think he gets enough credit for, is his ability to go side to side and play sideline to sideline. Right there, he sees the option, nothing to hold him in the middle, and just like a rocket, he takes off, great angle, forcing him out.
13th play of the drive that started at the Ohio State 25, 2nd and 9. Barrett sprints out of the pocket, sets up, looks backside, now decides to move around, stops at the line of scrimmage, ducks inside, and is finally taken down. Connor Sheehy, first man to him.
I mean, just a massive third down here. Wisconsin desperately has got to hold Wisconsin to a field goal attempt. Jim Leonhard has got to dial something up right now. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's been the JT Barrett show on this series.
Would Barrett dare to throw it here? 3rd and 5 at the 7.
Looks like he has man-to-man coverage on the outside.
Here he goes. The handoff. And they won't get the first down. J.K. Dobbins about 1.5 yards to 2 yards short. Joe Ferguson in on the play and an injured player. That's Leon Jacobs, the linebacker.
Jacobs is so important to this defense as one of their outside linebackers, just one of the key guys. He's the one that first made contact with Dobbins and gets him down 1 yard short of that first down marker. Here's Jacobs as he goes in. Hard to tell exactly what happened there, but he is up and headed off the field under his own power. Well, we just saw a 4th down. I expect Ohio State is likely to go for it again.
You don't take the points? 3?
I think Urban just second thought it. He says, I'm going for the field goal. Hearing some of that chatter on the sideline. You know, after just going for it just a few plays earlier, he's going to send the field goal unit onto the field. What a great hold for Wisconsin. Wisconsin cannot sell out here. This is with Urban Meyer, you've always got to just be aware of some call like a fake. Wisconsin cannot sell out around the edges.
So here's Sean Nurnberger in to attempt a 20-yarder. He had a 43-yarder block, good from 27 this evening. And it's good. 5:20 to play in the 4th quarter of the Big Ten Championship. 27-21 Ohio State, but here come the Badgers. So it all comes down to this, folks. 27-21. Ohio State leading. Alex Hornibrook and the Badgers offense ready to come back on the field. This is the Big Ten Championship. The winner of this game likely will be invited to the college football playoff. Hauble kicks it off. A.J. Taylor, the deep man, brings it out of his own end zone. Hits his sideline and gets to the 20. And let's recap this game for you.
I'll tell you, it was explosive plays in the first half. McLauren here, Terry McLauren goes the distance. Then how about Van Ginkel? He's able to get the pick 6. Terrific job by him. Parris Campbell, he slips a tackle. He's gone. Barrett takes it in. It's been a phenomenal game and one of some turnovers, some tips passes. Jacobs gets the interception. Wisconsin pays it off, gets into the end zone. And then the 2-point conversion was good. And there has not been a bigger series of the season for the Wisconsin offense than the one that they're about to have right now.
First down and 10 at the 19-yard line for this man, Alex Hornibrook. He'll throw it on first down, in trouble. Fires over the middle, and it is caught. Fumagalli. Close to the 30.
it looked like he was actually trying for Danny Davis as Davis was coming across the middle, and Fumagalli kind of came out of nowhere and was able to get that pass. But Hornibrook in this second half has done a remarkable job of manipulating the pocket and finding some time.
And they hand it off this time to Ibrahim, and he picks up the first down.
Hornibrook, tell you, man, he lives by the sword, dies by the sword. He's certainly thrown some interceptions this year and put the ball in precarious spots at times, but there's also times when he's just been flat brilliant as well.
Here's Hornibrook in trouble and sacked. Third sack of the game for Ohio State.
A great job by that defensive line.
Draymond Jones with the sack for the Buckeyes.
Tyquan Lewis also in there. Draymond Jones getting great push from the inside. That's exactly what you need in these situations.
Second down and 13 at the 28. Hornibrook drops it off. Screen. Groshek fighting his way and finally drops short of the first down. Jerome Baker, Malik Harrison in on the play, a 10-yard gain. So that will make it third down and 3. Is this 4-down territory?
Yeah, inside of 4 minutes, I think it is.
Third and 3. Groshek lines up with Hornibrook. Here's Hornibrook over the middle, incomplete. Fumagalli, the intended receiver, Damon Webb covering. And so that brings up 4th and 3. And Wisconsin will punt it away.
Yeah, and the way that Ohio State has drained the clock on some of these drives, I think it might have been time to put the game on the line right there. I don't know if Wisconsin will get the ball back.
Anthony Lottie comes in to punt it away from the 24. KJ Hill deep at the 22. They get it away. Wobbly kick. Takes a Wisconsin bounce and finally goes out of bounds close to the 10-yard line. A 52-yard punt for Lottie. Jim Leonard encourages his defense.
Yeah, and that punt from Paul Chryst was 100% because of the trust he has in his defense. And I know that Ohio State has had some lengthier drives during the course of this game, and they've had a hard time stopping Ohio State in those short yardage conversion situations. But now the game is in their hands. Wisconsin has got to stop them here and get that ball back to their offense.
And this is a huge play for the Wisconsin defense. They've got to make sure that they don't give up 4 or 5 yards on first down.
First down becomes the entire key on this set of downs.
First down. Barrett hands it off. Dobbins. Garrett Rand with the tackle, and that's a 4-yard gain.
Wisconsin will start to use their timeouts.
Timeout Badgers, 27-21, back after this. Back, Alex Hornibrook praying that he gets another opportunity, but he's got to rely on his defense. Second down and 6 at the 16. JT Barrett, the conductor, has come up with timely plays, extending drives with his legs. Pulls it out, and this time he will not. Gets to the line of scrimmage and is knocked backwards. Ryan Conley. Badgers call another timeout. They have 1 left. .309 remaining in regulation here at the Big Ten championship game. Third down and 5 at the 17-yard line for JT Barrett. Empty backfield. Usually means quarterback run. Dobbins now lines up. Barrett looking, drops it off. Dobbins incomplete. Barrett threw that behind him. He had some pressure in his face.
He did, but Dobbins was wide open. A ball that hits him in the chest, and Dobbins is still running. Dobbins is going to head out, and Wisconsin is totally confused in their coverage. He's wide open. He's going to score a touchdown if the ball is out in front of him, and Barrett shorted him. Jim Leonard dodged a bullet there.
So the Buckeyes will punt it away. Chrisman inside his own 5. Nick Nelson is deep. Nelson can be electric if given a chance. Nelson backs up and has it at the 30. A 53-yard punt. So Paul Chryst, the head coach, his team 12-0. 2 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in this game as Alex Hornibrook steps back on the field.
And he put the faith in his defense by punting on the last series, and his defense pays it off. Gets the ball right back after a couple of timeouts. Now he still has a timeout left, lots of time. And Hornibrook in this offense, they got to get something going. What they've been effective with is the tight end in the passing game, the backside of the backfield, and then Danny Davis down the field. He's the one that's been making plays when they have made them in the pass game down the field.
Danny Davis lines up in the slot at the top of your screen. Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. Play fake. Hornibrook rolls, looks backside, delivers, and incomplete. Taylor on the wheel route out of the backfield. That one thrown behind him.
And that's a terrific job by Malik Harrison. Urban Meyer knows that he's going to get the kitchen sink right now from Paul Chryst, and that defense has to understand that. They've got to be so disciplined and stay exactly with their responsibility. And Harrison did so there as they were trying to get Taylor down the sideline.
2nd down and 10 at the 29. Now Davis lines up at the bottom of your screen as a receiver. And a timeout called by Ohio State.
Charge. Timeout of the half.
Each team with 1 timeout remaining. 2:53 to play. 27-21. 8th-ranked Ohio State on top of 4th-ranked Wisconsin with 2:53 to play. Badgers with the football. 2nd and 10 at the 29.
Bill Walsh used to say that the most important people on the field is your quarterback and pass rushers. When you're ahead, you got to have pass rushers to close out games. That's what Ohio State is hoping for right now.
Hornibrook drops it off. Taylor, and he's tackled from behind. Great play by Jerome Baker. What an athlete.
Baker's been all over the field tonight. Reads the screen beautifully, follows Taylor through the hole, and gets him to the ground.
3rd down and 7 at the 32. Here's Hornibrook. Winds up. Caught. 1st down, Fumagalli. Baker brings him down. But it's a gain of 9 on 3rd and 7.
And guess where they went? The tight end, Fumagalli, the Big Ten's tight end of the year, makes a huge catch for a conversion there.
2:18 to go. 1st and 10, Wisconsin. Hornibrook underneath again, and Fumagalli just digs it off the turf in front of Denzel Ward.
And they ran the exact same play. Urban Meyer and Greg Schiano, they love the man coverage on defense. All they're doing is running the outside receiver off and sending Fumagalli on an out route.
2nd and 3 at the 48. Hornibrook over the middle. Caught again. A.J. Taylor.
Tell you what, Alex Hornibrook playing some great football right now, delivering some balls over the middle of the field with pressure right in his face.
Wisconsin in Ohio State territory. They need a touchdown. 1st and 10 at the 43. Hornibrook looking. Hornibrook scrambling. Flag on the play as he delivers down the field, incomplete. Danny Davis, the intended receiver. Kendall Sheffield in coverage.
And the Wisconsin fans want the holding down the field, the pass interference on Sheffield.
Holding. Offense, number 63. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat 1st down.
But in the backfield, it was Michael Dieter. Just tackled the defensive end as he was breaking in towards, there's Jalen Holmes, and there's the tackle right there, right in front of the quarterback. At the end of the play, the Badger fans looking for a call against Kendall Sheffield, and they didn't get it.
Sheffield shaken up. Sophomore from Missouri City, Texas. Transferred in from Blinn College.
He's a two-time Texas State 110-meter champ, and he has been a huge addition to this secondary. They lost all those great secondary players to the NFL draft. They needed these guys to step up that had not played a lot of football at this level and develop, and certainly Kendall Sheffield has been one of those guys.
Guys like Eli Apple, Von Bell. 1:28 to play. Ohio State and Wisconsin each with a timeout. Coach Schiano motivating his defense. This man is a great coach. Rutgers for many years.
No, what he did at Rutgers was just flat amazing. That program had no success until he got there, and all of a sudden he was winning 8-9 games a year, won 11 games one year, perennially in a bowl game.
Got his assistant coaching job at Penn State when he was in his 20s.
Certainly made the most of those opportunities, and now he's got a defense that has Wisconsin really right where he wants them, right? These obvious downs, these longer yardage situations. There's the young kid, Chase Young, true freshman, 6'5", 240 pounds. This guy's one of the most talented young players in college football, on the field as a pass rushing specialist, consensus 5-star prospect. And he'll opposite of Bosa at the bottom of your screen.
1st and 20 for Hornibrook. Near side, incomplete. Fumagalli, the intended receiver. Jordan Fuller running stride for stride with him. And that brings up 2nd down and 20.
You got to get at least half of this back. 3rd and 20 is just impossible at this point, but you can manage a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10. Got to get half of this back. I would expect it would go to Fumagalli again, but again, they've had a lot of success over the middle with a guy like Danny Davis.
Danny Davis lines up as a receiver at the top of your screen. Hornibrook looking that way. Incomplete. Damon Arnett almost had an interception.
Oh, he's got the game right in his hands right there. Ill-advised throw, wide side of the field. A short out route. That's the most difficult throw in football. Hornibrook shorted it, and Arnett was unable to capitalize. 4 down territory here.
Everybody standing in the lower bowl. 3rd and 20 at the 47. Alex Hornibrook. Screen. Oh! Incomplete. Groshek couldn't hang on. It was thrown behind him. And that brings up 4th down and 20.
He's going to have a little room in front of him because the blocking was set up. It's just on his right shoulder. He's got to go up and get that with 2 hands. Have to secure the catch before you run. But now, this is the game. 4th down. You got to send everybody past the chains. I expect 4 vertical routes. Look for Hornibrook to try to attack the seams. One of the inside go routes is where you generally look on a long 4th down like this.
4th down and 20 at the 47. Hornibrook. Can he make a play? Hornibrook lets it fly. And there is a timeout called by Ohio State prior to the snap. And we'll take a break. 1:10 to go in the Big Ten Championship. Badgers faced with a 4th and 20. Wisconsin's undefeated season on the line. They're ranked 4th in the nation, down 27 to 21. 4th down and 20 for Alex Hornibrook and the Wisconsin offense. Danny Davis splits wide to the top of your screen. Fumagalli in the slot at the bottom. Hornibrook delivers. Intercepted, Ohio State. Damon Webb.
They're trying to get the tight end right down the middle of the field, that inside seam route that I was talking about, but check out the coverage. So smart of Ohio State to not play any defensive backs up near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's sitting back there at the chains. Urban Meyer celebrating, and Damon Webb, the senior from Detroit, Michigan, with a huge play.
Wisconsin out of timeouts. JT Barrett takes a snap and a knee. The Ohio State Buckeyes, under Urban Meyer, do it again. Under a minute to play, 27-21. Meyer saluting. JT Barrett wanted to play in a Big Ten championship game. He wanted to win one before his career ended at Ohio State. He'll do it today. The conductor. M-A-N. All-man. Surgically repaired knee and all. And look at his teammates congratulate their leader. This brilliant young man, JT Barrett from Wichita Falls, Texas. So let's take a look at our viewing expectation-shattering drive of the game.
And it was when the game was on the line and you needed the big plays. It was all about JT Barrett running the football. After Wisconsin made it a game, Ohio State, a fourth down conversion right here. He bounces outside. 6 days out of surgery, he lowers the shoulder, they get a field goal, and they win the Big Ten championship.
Ohio State wins the Big Ten championship 27-21. And down on the field, our Jenny Taft is with JT Barrett.
Gus, thank you. JT, 6 days ago, you're having surgery. And you didn't just play in this game, you fought for this win tonight, and you found a way to figure out a Wisconsin defense that has been dominant all year. How did you do it?
I mean, it was a team effort. With myself, I was trying to get my body physically ready for this game, knowing I had surgery. But, I mean, I didn't do too hard, to be honest with you. I mean, there's a lot of practice reps I wish I still could have had. But, I mean, I think just keep on fighting. Those guys in that locker room, man, we keep on fighting, knowing that I was a tough outfit over there in Wisconsin. It was going to be one of those games down to the fourth quarter, and just proud of the way we fought towards the end.
How much pain were you playing through tonight?
I didn't have any pain in my knee. I got jammed up on my shoulder a little bit, but I mean, as far as my knee, it was great.
Nothing's going to stop you. There have been big goals for Ohio State all year. The first goal, Big Ten championship, check. Playoff, that's next. It's out of your control, but why, JT, does this team deserve to go to the playoff?
I feel like we're one of the best teams in the country, part of the Big Ten Conference, knowing how hard it is to win in this conference, to win a conference championship, and I think the guys in this locker room deserve that.
And you wanted to play in this Big Ten championship game. Are you going to go enjoy it now?
Hey, it's time to enjoy it. We came to the party twice. I wasn't about to miss this one, so I just appreciate everybody. Appreciate the trainers, too, getting me right, all the training staff. I appreciate it.
All right, JD, thank you, and go enjoy it.
Thank you. Go Bucks.
JT Barrett, 12 of 26, 211 yards passing and 2 touchdowns, 19 carries, 60 yards rushing, and a rushing touchdown. And the Ohio State Buckeyes win it 27-21. We'll be back with complete post-game coverage, including the Big Ten Championship Trophy presentation right after these messages.
Welcome back to Lucas Oil Stadium. Let's hand out some hardware to the Big Ten champion, Ohio State Buckeyes. First, I want to recognize Kate Manfred, the Senior Vice President of Brand Marketing for Discover Financial Services. On behalf of the Big Ten, Kate, we'd like to thank you for being tonight's presenting sponsor of the Big Ten Championship game in Indianapolis. Thank you very much, Kate. And now the commissioner of the Big Ten Conference to really hand out this hardware, Mr. Jim Delaney.
Go ahead, sir. Before presenting the trophy to this year's Big Ten championship team, the Ohio State Buckeyes,
They ready.
I say, before recognizing this year's champions, let's hear it for the Wisconsin Badgers for a great job that they gave tonight. Okay. At this time, I'd like to present the championship trophy to Coach Urban Meyer and the 2017 Buckeye football team.
Coach, you talked about laser focus this week. Wisconsin, Wisconsin, Wisconsin is what you said on Sunday. You achieved the goal, didn't you?
We did, and we have great respect for Wisconsin and great respect for the Big Ten Conference, arguably the toughest conference in America, and we gladly represent and be the champions of our conference.
Coach, this is the second time that you've been on this stage lifting this trophy. The last time you did it, you guys went on to the playoff and achieved something pretty great. You have 2 wins over top 10 teams. Pretty darn good resume, and you're a conference champion. If you were in that room tonight and tomorrow, what would you tell the committee?
Well, we have 2 wins over 2 top 4 teams. And we also had another one, I believe they ranked 12th or 13th. We're the conference champions. I love these guys. I've never been more proud of a group of players, and we deserve a shot.
That's a good argument. You said it better than me. Good job.
Coach, I got to ask you about your quarterback tonight. 6 days out of surgery, procedure on his knee, the only 3-time captain in the history of this storied program, 3-time Big Ten quarterback of the year, but he had never won this game as a starter. What did it mean to you to see your quarterback go out there and win it tonight?
Well, he's like a family member, and Buckeye Nation will always remember the toughness, the heart, and the leadership of JT Barrett.
You're the best leader in the world.
Coach,
Best leader in the world.
congratulations on a Big Ten championship.
Thank you very much, and Buckeye Nation, the best fans in the land, this one's for you. Thank
you. Now we will present the Grange Griffin MVP trophy of tonight's Big Ten championship game. And to help me present that trophy, one of the trophy's namesake, I think you all know this man right here. Buckeye legend, Archie Griffin. And he will be handing out that hardware to a sensational freshman running back named J.K. Dobbins as your Big Ten championship game MVP.
Turn it around.
JK, you're a true freshman, man. When did you realize you were going to have such a large impact on this Buckeyes team?
When Coach Meyer gave trust to me in the first game against Indiana.
You came out here tonight against the #1 defense in the country and put up over 170 rushing yards, a couple of huge runs. How well did that offensive line play in front of you?
I can't even explain in words how well they blocked for me. You know, that's every week though, and ever since the summer, I knew it was going to be a special year, and I just want to thank all of my offensive linemen, man. This trophy don't really belong to me; it belongs to my offensive linemen.
JK, congratulations, bud.
Thank you. OH.
I got to say, Buckeye Nation, you guys are phenomenal. And dare I say, potentially, Buckeyes, good luck in the college football playoff. A big congratulations to your 2017 Big Ten champion, Ohio State Buckeyes. Let's head back to Rob Stone.